buzzer! It's all over!
Game.
Karras.
The Hawks won it last night, 132-130. The Duke Blue Devils, number 2 ranked, defeated Wake Forest 93-60. This loss for Wake essentially ends their hopes to make the NCAA tournament unless the Demon Deacons can find a way to win an automatic bid through the ACC tournament. North Carolina Central won in overtime last night against Norfolk State, 91-87. Keyshawn Porter had 24 points for the Eagles.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Are we good to go?
We're good to go.
Ready to roll on a Tuesday?
Sir.
All right. Good stuff. Great to be with you. 32 degrees, 603 in Hampton Roads. The Morning Drive. Yours truly, Johnny D. Suave J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. You could always follow the show on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram in the morning, Drive Johnny D. And we are broadcasting live on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. A lot of NFL news and notes to get into on this Tuesday as the offseason is up and running. The NFL Combine, is this thing still going on? Like, I thought it was over on Sunday, but apparently it's not.
I did not know that.
I believe it's still going on, so we'll give you the latest.
The kickers working out?
I don't. You're not going to see kickers. Although I think you should. I think kickers are a big part of the NFL as we speak, and I think kickers should be required to be working out at the NFL Combine. That is a good question. We could fact check that. Do they do the 40? Are they doing the broad jump? Are they doing the cone shuttle? I would love to know if kickers. And maybe put that up on the poll this morning, one of our poll questions. Should kickers be working out at the NFL Combine? Although a lot of people in the NFL do not consider kickers to be players. So we got some news coming out of the NFL Combine regarding Shedeur Sanders, regarding Travis Hunter. I got a question I want to pose to our listening audience regarding Travis Hunter. We will get into that coming up in a little bit. Of course, NBA news and notes from last night. College basketball, I think we saw the finale of one Cooper Flagg at Cameron Indoor last night.
Yep.
Where I would say he was pretty good. Yeah. Had a chance to take in a little bit of that game last night. 93-60 win, by the way, over Wake Forest last night, which Wake Forest, they tried. They tried to make it a competitive game. I think it was close at half. I want to say 8 or 10 at the half, but Flagg finished the game 28 points. 8 boards, 7 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. I mean, it's just insane how good this dude is, number one. And number two, I give John Shire a lot of credit, man. He puts him in a position to succeed. They use him all over the floor. They put him into the post. They put him into the high post. They'll run some stagger screen stuff for him off the ball for a three-pointer. His ability to get downhill, phenomenal. And right now, Duke is playing their best basketball of the year. And I think they're going to be a tough out when it comes to the NCAA tournament. I'm going to tell you why. Forget about the fact that they really don't have a big man, low post presence outside of Cooper Flagg. It's defense. Man, their defense is off the hook.
They're good.
It is absolutely off the hook. And for Duke, the dominant win wrapped a perfect 17-0 season at Cameron Indoor Stadium. And the victory for the Duke Blue Devils was their fourth straight by at least 30 points or more. So interesting. Is Duke the team to beat with March Madness coming up here in a couple of weeks, Selection Sunday? So we'll get into that this morning. But it is a good morning, Tuesday morning. Good to be with you. Suave has just rolled into the studio. He is frantically getting ready to be part of this fine radio program this morning. I do want to get into the Deebo Samuels conversation as well, because the one thing that I do love about the internet is undefeated. And every time you get a person or a player that leaves an organization, goes somewhere else via trade, free agency, whatever it may be, they have to do their I guess, customary, traditional, thank you for everything in your old town, all but good love, all this good stuff. And then, of course, all the spew starts coming their way. We've seen it with every player. And it's that organization's duty and a responsibility of where they're coming from to make sure that the smear campaign is real. Because if you are the San Francisco 49ers with all the success that they have had over the last couple of years under Kyle Shanahan. It is still a fan favorite of Deebo Samuel. He's still a fan favorite, Deebo Samuel is, when it comes to San Francisco, no doubt about it. So I'm sure there are some 49er fans out there that were a little bit bitter of the fact that they traded him for only a 5th-round pick.
Yep.
I would assume,
sure.
correct? Right. And Deebo Samuel says, hey, 49ers know where I stand with the team, and it's nothing but love. Love John, Kyle to death. No bad blood, no way, shape, or form. They know I'm more than an appreciative of everything they've done for me as a player, and a man, nothing but love. So there's Deebo Samuel putting it out there that, hey, forget about the rumors out there. Nothing but love. Well, guess what? There are some truth to the rumors. Behind closed doors, you were a pain in the ass. We all know that. Yep. And, of course, the internet chimes in with a coach that says Matt Barrows got confirmation on a report about Deebo Samuel being 20 pounds overweight last year. I'm not going to say the number, but I asked what Deebo's high point weight was last year, and it meshes with what you said a couple of weeks ago. It got really high, and there may be reasons for that. Not able to work out because of pneumonia, not able to work out because of injuries, but that's a concern. I think the 49ers had that concern the minute he showed up at Santa Clara in 2019, and it never fully went away. So the question is, and you can put it up on the poll this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D. The question is Deebo Samuel's fat? Is he fat? Is that a concern? We talked about it with Luka. When Luka left Dallas and he went to L.A., and that was a lot of talk of why would you not re-sign one of the best players in the NBA? And they talked about his conditioning, and they let it slip out a little bit that he gained 70 pounds. And, oh, by the way, here's an old photo of Luka drinking a beer and smoking a hookah. Oh, and by the way, here's a video of Luka in the locker room as they got ready for the NBA Finals, and Nico taking a beer, or I think it was Michael Finley taking a beer out of his hand during the celebration. Like, we all know behind that curtain that you got a little bit of a weight problem. So maybe we might want to craft that question a little bit differently. Does Deebo Samuels have a weight problem that concerns you, Commander fans? So we'll put it up on the poll this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D, because I think it's hysterical that right out of the gate, while the Commander fans are celebrating the fact that Deebo Samuels is in the house, 49er fans and reports coming out of San Francisco says, hey, that's great. Celebrate it. By the way, keep him away from buffets. Just say it. Keep him away from a good old-fashioned buffet, which, if you're wondering, Golden Corral, good old-fashioned buffet, right, Suave? Are you a Golden Corral type of guy?
Yeah, no, not really. I'm more of a Chinese buffet guy.
You're a Chinese buffet guy?
Yeah. Back in the day, my favorite buffet was Old Country Buffet. But once the Chinese people started buying it out, it became a Chinese buffet.
What makes it a Chinese buffet?
I mean, the stuff that they sell there. I mean, the spinach with cheese on it. I mean, there's the sushi roll, the hibachi grill, all that stuff. That's what makes it a Chinese buffet.
So they're taking the traditional buffet.
Yeah.
And they're just sampling, sprinkling in a little bit of sushi.
Yep.
A little bit of hibachi. And that's what makes it a Chinese buffet.
Yeah, because when Old Country Buffet was running, you had your the steak, you had your meatloaf line, you had just all types of soul food lines, and not that more. Now. Sorry, J-Lo. But yeah, that's what happens now. So, they ain't no more. But I was Old Country Buffet man myself. You couldn't cut me away from that.
It's been a long time since I think I've been to a Chinese buffet, like a good old-fashioned Chinese buffet.
I've always wanted to.
You should go. It'll change your life.
Yeah.
It's a little bit overwhelming, though.
Yeah.
I will say that. Like these are the environments. There used to be a place up in Newport News that had the pizza buffet. And I forget the name of the pizza place. No, it's not. It's not a it's a local joint.
Oh, okay.
It's not the like Pizza Hut used to have the pizza buffet.
Yes, it did.
Right.
Yeah.
So good.
That was phenomenal. You could not go wrong walking in with 7 different types of pizza to choose from.
Yes.
And then you had the breadsticks and everything else. This place that I cannot recall the name of it. It's in Newport News. It's up near Fort Eustis. And they would have a pizza buffet. And they would have the different types of pizza. Not only the different type, but you had the pan. You had a little thin crust. You had some dessert pizzas, a little bit of everything. And, of course, they sprinkle in the salad, which I thought was great. Like, you can't have a pizza buffet without the salad. Got to put it in there just in case. That way you're checking out all the boxes.
Absolutely.
But it has been a hot minute since I've been to a good old-fashioned Chinese buffet. Do they still have Mongolian buffets? Is that still a thing?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, it is.
What was the last time you've been to a Mongolian buffet?
Let's see, about what? A couple weeks ago?
Really?
Yeah. In Hampton is the one where Advanced Auto Parts, and let's see, this is a Mongolian buffet right there.
Okay.
Yep, so you want to know?
No name to the restaurant. They just call it Mongolian buffet.
At one time it was called
Have you
Rock and
noticed that,
Roll.
by the way? They normally don't even have a name. They just tell you Chinese buffet or Mongolian buffet. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, but the best buffet is the one in Chesapeake. It's called Crazy Buffet, I think it's called. And I just found the one a couple days ago in Virginia Beach called, it's some special name, but the Chesapeake one, Crazy Buffet.
This sounds like a hobby of yours. Do
It's
you
called-
go out looking for different buffets? Do you just walk in randomly by yourself, table for one, and then you're challenging yourself at a buffet?
Not
Is that what
challenging
you're
myself. I
doing?
did it last Friday,
Okay.
and I know because I had to work. I did this show. I worked at the Sportsplex, and I had to come and do ODU basketball. And I was hungry. And let me tell you something. Buffet is called budget buffet because if it's $12.99 to get all you eat, I'm there.
Oh, come on.
Thank
I'll
you.
take that.
Exactly.
$12.99?
Yep, and all you can
That's
eat.
a great price.
Well, they are cost effective.
Exactly.
The thing is though, when you're doing the buffet there, Suave, the question I have, I'm just so intrigued now, is there a method to the madness as far as how many trips are you making? What are you trying to accomplish on trip one? Seriously, there is a method to
I
the
know,
madness.
yeah.
You're not
I have my
loading
little
up the
thing up
plate on visit one.
No.
Again, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon.
Absolutely.
When you are approaching the buffet, how much time you have also factors into it. If you got a good hour, then I'm taking my time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm not
Absolutely.
loading up the plate.
Dang right.
However, if it's about a 15, 20-minute stop, all right, now I need to reduce the amount of trips, get more onto
Make
the
the plate
plate.
5 pounds.
Are you making the plate all hot? Are you mixing hot with cold? I mean, there is a process to this, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so tell me the process.
So my process, I always go to like my favorites. My favorites goes to the first plate. As I done my favorites, then the second one be like the finger foods, like your cheese wontons, your egg rolls, your shrimp, and things of that nature. Then if I'm still good, third plate is a dessert plate, ice cream, candy yams, and things of that nature.
See, I can't do the ice cream.
Oh, you can't.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about buffets. I cannot do
Well, there's
the
like
ice
18
cream.
better options.
I just, for me, the ice cream, it melts entirely too fast, and I can't enjoy it, and then it becomes a mess. And then people are looking at me. Look at the fat dude in the corner over there. He's got ice cream all over himself. It's all over his clothes. Who is he here with? Where is his kids? Wait, his kids are not here. He's by himself. And then there's a lot of judging going on.
Yeah.
So, for me, buffets, I try to keep a little bit of composure when I do go to a buffet. Is I find myself with all these choices, I still revert back to what I normally get.
Yep.
And that's one of the problems, right? Why don't you try this? Why don't you sample that? That's the beauty of a buffet, is sampling a little bit. And if you don't have proper signage at the buffet, then I have a major issue.
I hate that.
It is like going down a highway and I do not know which exit to get off on because there's no sign.
Yeah.
Like, am I getting off on this exit? Is this Rosemont Road? Don't know if it is. Let me try this out. Because the buffet, if you don't go to a higher end buffet, I'll say, if you're going to a lower end buffet, you don't know what you're eating.
Yeah.
And you don't want to find out in about an hour. That's one of the issues as well. You have got to have proper signage
That's right.
when you are perusing the aisles of a buffet. And sometimes these aisles are a little bit overwhelming. I don't know what this is. It's a hot line. It's a cold line. It's a
Salad
pasta
line.
line. It's a
Yep.
chicken.
All
What
that.
is this?
Sometimes Chinese people they kind of mix it in. Like your one side is just sushi. You got your all sushi. That's easy to see. Then you got your salad. Then right beside the salad you got the fruits. Then you got the desserts in the back. But then in the middle is where the meat's at.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the meat. You got your your let's see, the chicken, like your General Soul chicken, your Lover's chicken. Then you got the shrimp, the beef and broccoli, chicken with broccoli. Then you go to the other side. It's the seafood, basically, which is the seafood delight. Your crab spinach, your crab cheese.
Sounds like I need to go.
Now, can you do seafood at a non-seafood place buffet? That's another fear that I have.
I think you can.
Yeah, I think you
At
can.
Golden Corral, I do anyways.
See, that scares me. And I don't know if I'm a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Hooty-tooty when it comes to that, right? But I can't do seafood at a non-seafood establishment. If you go to a Captain George's, let's say, seafood's acceptable. This is what they do. It's their wheelhouse. It's their lane. But if I go to a Golden Corral, let's say, I'm not getting the scallops. It's just not happening. Right? Is that wrong?
No, dude,
It's just a
I don't think
fear
you're
I
wrong for
have.
that. I don't think you're wrong for
It's
that.
the same way I cannot go to a supermarket and get sushi. I cannot go to a 7-Eleven and get sushi. There's just something wrong with that. I have a fear. I don't think it's in their lane. I do not think they are subject matter experts when it comes to it. So it depends on the buffet I'm going to. Same way if I go to a Captain George's, I'm probably not getting a meat product. And I don't even think they got meat products there. Sometimes, by the way, the best places to go are the Wegmans of the world and the Whole Foods of the world.
Yeah.
Because now I've got a little bit more of a, I guess, acceptance of what I'm going to get. Like, hey, if I go to Wegmans, if I go to Whole Foods and I wanted seafood, yeah, I feel pretty good about it because the seafood section is right there. Like, I totally get it. All right. Whole Foods normally has a good job. Big salad buffets, I'm all about.
I love salad buffets.
There have been times when it was Farm Fresh back in the day.
Yes, and right in
now
the
it's
middle.
Aristida. but
Yes.
it's, Farm Fresh back in the day, I would get the big old styrofoam.
Yeah.
And I would get in trouble with this because you would get the big old styrofoam and I would load it up and not only be a salad, have a little bit of macaroni, pasta in there, a little bit of pasta salad. You mix it all in. And then I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Like, hey, I'm going to have a salad today. Maybe went a little bit heavy on the ranch dressing, which comes out of those big ass
into the
dispensers.
Yep.
Terrible. And then you would go weigh it. And then you feel bad about yourself because then they would weigh it, and that's how you dictated the price. And then all of a sudden, it's $27. So now I got a $27 big salad that I'm trying to go home with, feeling guilty. Like, can I really get a $27 big salad for lunch? What am I doing? And it's too late. You can't put it back.
Nope.
No, you can't. No, need the toppings.
You already done mixed it together.
Right? I've already mixed it together. I've already put in the bacon bits, all that good stuff. So I can't go, a little bit over budget. Can I get rid of half? Can't do that stuff.
Gotta go all in.
Yeah. So it's interesting, Suave. So next time you go out, man, film a little content. I love to see Suave at the buffet. That you coming through the doors, by the way, has got to be a sight for those employees. I'm sorry, it just has to.
Hey,
the fear of God for those employees.
No, I am not the Sherman Combs. This is not the Nutty Professor. When I come through, they actually love me. And of course, I spend money.
Of course,
but that's number one. But number two, I mean, I come through and they love me, they love my family. So they be like, hey, welcome. And then
that's the problem. You don't keep spending. You spend the money up front. You don't keep spending money after each plate you get.
Yeah, but they're making their money because what they're banking on is homeboy over here. We're hoping does not make multiple trips to get a rate of investment. That's what we're hoping. Like he's making that investment of $15, $60. Are they going to lose money on this transaction if he's there for an hour and a half making about 15 trips?
Oh, no. They gonna love people like us coming through because we're making the money. I mean, if you got to bring a family of 5 and you get that receipt that says $80-something, they love that. And they're looking for a tip too.
Now, I will ask this question because I think I know the answer.
Oh, boy.
You're rolling in with a family of 5.
Yeah.
Are you really paying for a family of 4 and sharing a plate?
No. Now, don't get me wrong. I used to hustle like that. I used to be like, okay, I say 4, or I say, okay, how old you are? We'll take an age. Knock age in half, so you get the kid discount.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I used to do that. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah.
But nowadays, no, it's full price. Everybody, paying the whole $15.99 for full price.
That ain't cheap.
No, I mean, you think about it like this, J-Lo. You go to a buffet, family of 5, like I said, $15.99. We pay about $85, $90. Now, let's say if I take my same family of 5 and go to a restaurant like Olive Garden or Chili's or stuff like that, when now the bill is about $120. So, yeah, I'm saving $40. I'm good with that.
That's true.
Look at Jay. Look at
I don't
Johnny
think
D.
I'm buying that answer.
Well, how about I take we go out with us one day? How about that?
No.
See?
Not
Oh, wait,
gonna
no,
do it.
no,
Are you
no,
kidding,
sis.
Suave? Because then absolutely.
I bet you will go too.
You know they're a Tyrannosaurus Rex over there. You ain't reaching for that bill. You're paying Suave? I'm in. I'll be your friend for the day. You're paying for lunch? All good. We'll go to the buffet. So I just feel like sometimes I do not get my money's worth, and that's more on me. That's not on the establishment. It's more on me because I'm looking at plate after plate after plate, and I'm going, God, what are you doing, bro? What are we doing here? You don't deserve. You should not be here at this particular moment. It's just too much. So you got to be selective when it comes to the buffets. But my whole point was Deebo Samuel. Some feel like Suave. He may be a little bit overweight. You know the smear campaign is going to come if you're San Francisco, right? Because now you got to justify why we got rid of this dude at 29 years of age, a productive wide receiver in the NFL, who we got rid of for a 5th-round pick. That's what it comes down to. Jonathan Mingo is worth a 4th-round pick, and Deebo Samuel Sr. is worth a 5th-round pick here on this Tuesday morning. All right, a lot to get into. What else we got going on, Suave, this morning?
So, we're going to talk about a new era in broadcasting. We'll talk about Jimmy Johnson. He's retiring at the age of 81.
Yeah, which, by the way, I thought he retired a couple of weeks ago during the Super Bowl when they did the whole AI-generated thing and he waved goodbye, but he didn't do it. And I was in the gym, and we'll get into this coming up here in a little bit, but I was in the gym yesterday, and I caught the Colin Cowherd interview with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson sounds like a great dude, no doubt about it. I will honestly tell you, I did not watch the pregame show because of Jimmy Johnson.
Wow.
Sorry.
Is there a reason to
Sorry.
lie?
No, this is my issue with broadcasting. These guys have been the number one pregame show for 31 years. And I think Jimmy Johnson is tremendous when you're talking about a college coach, when you're talking about an NFL coach, what you've been talking about in broadcasting. Just a football savant. He knows football better than probably anybody else. The bottom line is when I get ready on a Sunday to watch the NFL, I am not saying to myself, got to put on Fox NFL Sunday because of Jimmy Johnson. That's all I'm saying.
I understand.
Never dawned on me one time, ever, over 31 years, did I say to myself, got to see what Jimmy Johnson has got to say about the matchup today with the Commanders.
Well, honestly, anybody on the Fox Sports, honestly, I say the same thing. Now, Gronk is starting to become one of my favorites.
Who is that?
Gronk.
I
love Gronk. Gronk is starting to become one of my favorites.
That's
But
a goof.
honestly,
God,
other than him, I mean, Bradshaw's good. Howie's all right.
Bradshaw's a clown.
I mean, what do you expect? It's
He's a
Terry
clown.
Bradshaw.
They're all just
terrible.
funny altogether.
He's terrible.
It's Terry
Bradshaw is terrible. Absolutely terrible. The fact that he is still on the air is an embarrassment. It's an absolute embarrassment, the fact that Terry Bradshaw is still on the air. And nothing against his play career. Phenomenal player. And I think early on was really good. But again, another guy that they've hung on to entirely too long. And I'm not watching the pregame because of Terry Bradshaw. I'm not. Howie Long, I think, does a nice job.
Yeah.
Michael Strahan does a nice job. They mix in some other characters. I get confused, too, because you got a Fox pregame before the pregame.
Yeah.
Right? You got a pregame for the pregame.
Yeah.
That's what you got now.
So
It's
pre-game.
You got an early pregame for the regular pregame.
Yeah.
We got to get a warm up for the pregame, right? So here's your calisthenics. Here's your dynamic workout for the actual pregame.
So this, today's, is a What's Your Take? And, that's coming from my mindset. And this is going to be some good one because, wait till we get to that. I got to ask you guys this, and, our listeners and our followers as well. Some things I just can't let go no more. I cannot let go anymore. And it may ruffle some feathers on the What's Your Take on Tuesday, but it just bothers me. It makes my neck itch when some things that happened yesterday. So we're gonna get into that. Also, Chris Russell stops by, our Commanders insider from Team 980. So we know we're gonna talk Debo, or we're gonna talk who else is coming to the Commanders as well. We're gonna speak about that. And Johnny D, college basketball. We're gonna speak on that. Is Duke really number 2? Some people, I was looking on researching. A lot of people got Duke number 1 actually over Auburn. So I wanted to dive into that and see.
They did beat them during the regular season. And people are going to say, well, Auburn is better tested. They got the SEC every week. So we'll dive into it. I know what my answer is. So we'll dive into it a little bit. This is what we're going to do this morning. You two are going to run the show. I'm just going to chime in on a regular basis. I'm actually going to interact and engage with our listening audience on YouTube this morning. That is going to be my primary role. So you just tell me when you need me, and I'm going to be over here just engaging with the listening audience on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. Why are you smirking over there?
No, I'm just laughing because we're really late going into this break. I'm trying to.
Okay. Well, are you the producer of the show?
Yeah.
Are you being very animated about it?
Well, I tried.
Tell the dude right there to your left. He is literally, look at him. Suave, we got to go to the break. Tell him.
Suave, we got to go to the break.
All right, Suave, take it to the break, please, if you don't mind.
Well, coming up, y'all, like I said, we're going to talk about Jimmy Johnson and also Cincinnati. Are they defensive maybe being a potential chance? We'll find out. It's the morning drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by True Green.
Oh
A serious accident is blocking all lanes and the entrance ramp on 664 southbound, causing traffic to be completely stopped from Terminal Avenue to College Drive. Be aware of some delays on 564 westbound between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. Back up on 64 westbound between 564 and Chesapeake Boulevard. And be aware of some congestion due to construction on the ramp from Bainbridge Boulevard to South Military Highway. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Nervous about him. When things are going well, he's terrific. But when he's had to handle adversity the last 2 years, it's been an eye-opener, and he has not handled adversity well.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights 10 to 2 a.m. on Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. Don't forget the text and talk window, the Telco talk and text window at 757-497-1310 is open this morning. We're taking your calls, taking your texts. Be sure to call or text the program. We're also running live on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Be sure to chime in. I hear our man Johnny D is interacting big time this morning with the viewers.
I'm interacting. I am going to be primarily for the next 2.5 hours. My job on this radio program is I am going to interact with our listening and viewing audience on the YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV. So if you want to take a shot at yours truly, now is the time to do it. I will comment and respond to you directly. I've already commented to Hank this morning. Good morning to our good friend Hank. Hank is online this morning, so we're already going back and forth. Going to have a lot of fun this morning. I'm going to enjoy this.
Absolutely. I already know you're going to. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So moving into this next segment, we're going to talk a little bit, before we get into the scoreboard, some NFL news and notes as far as franchise tags go. Came out, Cincinnati Bengals are using their tag on T. Higgins. He's going to be making about $26.2 million in the upcoming season, assuming that they can't get a deal done by, I think July the 2nd is the the deadline for him to get a deal before he's just going to be making that base amount of money. So Higgins will return for Cincinnati at least for one more season, and then maybe we'll be having the same conversation next year. Your thoughts on that, Suave?
Great. Absolutely great, man, because now Joe Burrow gets his two best weapons back. So now the next question, the next thing it is, go get that defense fixed, because Joe Burrow's pulled up MVP numbers with his two best weapons. And then now the defense was the one that was a lot of times them losing the games. So you got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Now go flood that defense and have a potential chance to challenge the Josh Allen, the Patrick Mahomes, and the Lamar Jackson in the AFC. Because without no defense, once again, it might be the exact same result as this previous season.
I would like to comment on this if you don't mind, Joe. So let me get this straight. The Cincinnati Bengals, where offense last year was not an issue whatsoever, you still need to dive into the pocket for Jamar Chase, who is the best wide receiver in the NFL. You're pretty much going to spend your budget on quarterback, wide out, one defensive lineman. That's it. That's it. That's what we're doing. So let's take a look at the model that has been built in the AFC, shall we?
Let's do it.
Patrick Mahomes, is he a top 10 quarterback in the NFL payment-wise? No. He is not. Do the Kansas City Chiefs have anybody at the wide receiver spot that's in the top 10? No, they do not. Travis Kelce's going to be coming back for one more run. He's still a little bit underpaid. Okay, yeah, they were in the title game. Got it. All right, just trying to understand this. If you are Cincinnati, you have lost your mind. There is no reason to be signing two wide receivers to top dollar. You're keeping Jamar Chase. You are not working on a long-term deal. If you are the Cincinnati Bengals in a wide receiver market when it comes to the NFL draft, we have mentioned this, it's not strong when it comes to wide receivers. It's not overly strong. If you are Cincinnati right now, there are teams in the NFL that would kill to have T. Higgins.
Of course.
Because they know they cannot go to the draft. You trade him. You get some capital. You find a dude at the 4th, 5th, or 6th round that you could plug in to be a complement to the best wide receiver in the NFL, Jamar Chase. Stop it. You are not going to compete with Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City. Who am I missing in the AFC? I mean, the list goes on and on. You can put the Chargers up there if you want to put the Chargers
Ravens,
up there. I said
Texans.
Baltimore.
Okay.
Right? The Texans. You ain't going to do it. Also, Chris Godwin, I believe, is a free agent now as well.
That's
right?
correct.
So, look, Cincinnati, God bless you. This is why you stink every year. This is why you come out of the gate and you are one of the worst teams in the NFL over the first 4 games. You don't know what you're doing. It's just dumb. It is absolutely dumb that you're going to franchise tag this guy and pretty much put all your resources into 4 dudes for a team that, Suave, as you mentioned, their defense was awful.
God awful. Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Right? What amazes me, if you look at Philadelphia, for instance, Philadelphia was second in the NFL at I believe, running the football. Mm-hmm. And I think they were 30th in the NFL at passing, right? So many would say, we got to bulk up that passing game. No, you don't. What is Philadelphia doing right now? They're going to be going after Myles Garrett.
Defense, yeah.
Yeah, one of the best defenses already in the NFL. They're looking at a roster going, you know what, Darius Slay? Yeah, that's been nice. Go. See ya. We're going to save $4.5 million. How about this guy, Myles Garrett, where if we get him as a total disruptor in the NFC? So, Cincinnati, enjoy it. I hope as a Buffalo fan,
that's good. There
go.
There you go.
Lock up T. Higgins, bro. You want to do that? That's fine. All right, I digress. Let me get back to the stream.
There you go.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. So that's Cincinnati Bengals news with T. Higgins. Also, really quickly, the Vikings in the news as well when it comes to franchise tagging. They are not going to franchise tag Sam Darnold. However, they would like to re-sign him still. So I guess they're going to try and get him to a longer deal than just 1 year. Spivey, your thoughts?
I just want to ask, like, if they're not going to give him a franchise tag, but they want to resign him. My question is, who needs a quarterback desperate that Sam Darnold can play for? I think, honestly, he should go back to Minnesota. There was still success with them. I know they still got J.J. McCarthy. That's the tenet of their franchise quarterback they want to build up for. But right now, I think Sam Darnold should go ahead and stick with Minnesota Vikings. You had a great season with them. I mean, of course, towards the end, it started to fall apart. But stay with Minnesota. Stay with them. Stay with Justin Jefferson and all them guys and run it right back. Then if maybe if it don't do good this season, then it's time for you to go. But for right now, stick to that team.
Stick to that scheme.
You get Vikings, not a bad team, because you don't want to go to a team that you feel like you have to be rebuilding. And then you go to another bad season where you know you had a good season with the Vikings, who possibly still wanted you to start. So stick with the Vikings, Darnold. Just stick with them. Johnny D, what you got?
Talking about Sammy Darnold?
Yes, sir.
Is it up to Sam Darnold? Go back to the Vikings? Do they want him? That's the thing. He's perfect for the system.
Yeah.
Look, he's perfect for the system, but it's going to be the same conversation we just had regarding Matthew Stafford. Are you willing to pay Sam Darnold $50 million plus when he knows he can get it?
Is Sam Darnold elite?
No, he's not elite.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter if he's elite or not. It's what the market dictates.
Yeah.
And again, if you got an NFL draft where you got maybe one franchise quarterback in Cam Ward, possibly a second in Shedeur Sanders, you've already got J.J. McCarthy that you spent last year drafting in the first round, right? Who's not been healthy. I don't know the recovery timeline on J.J. McCarthy. The question is, are you willing to spend what Sam Darnold is looking for? Because Sam Darnold's going to get it. Somewhere, somehow, he's going to get it. There are too many teams in the NFL that do not have a quality starting quarterback. No doubt about it. The Raiders are one right now that are desperate. What's going to be happening with the Giants? What's going to be happening with the Jets? He's not going back to New York.
No, he's not.
I can guarantee you that. That ain't going to happen.
No more ghosts.
Unless there's a lot of money attached to it. But he ain't going to be with the Jets. He ain't going to be with the Giants. So it's really Sam Darnold. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Kirk Cousins. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, these guys that are out there. But he wants to get paid, and he should. He had a tremendous year. We were talking about him with an MVP until about 3 games remaining in the regular season. Then he disappeared against the Lions at the end of the regular season, and then he disappeared in the playoffs.
Oh, man. Sam Darnold getting $50 million.
He's going to want $50 million.
This sounds so funny to hear to say.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's crazy. The franchise tag is what, 40, 41 million?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right out for the quarterback position?
And just think about it. Sam Darnold, 1 year, $40 million. You would have never thought this a couple years ago.
I was going to say, think about this. If you just told a Jets fan that a couple years ago, they would have looked you in the eyes and slapped you in the face.
And he's not old.
No, he's like 27.
That's what. He's another guy who 27, 28, but he's been in the league for so long. And we've criticized him for so long. He's got arm talent, man.
Yeah.
Sorry to throw out that cliche, but he's got arm talent. He does.
It's right for the season.
He's just another one where the game speeds up a little bit. There's some question marks with him in the pocket. He's sneaky mobility-wise, but he does have arm talent. He had a great year in that system. He's got to find a system that is similar to what Kevin O'Connell just ran in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
That's what he really needs to do.
Absolutely. You know, in the 6:41 on the program, so J-Lo, can we take a look at the scoreboard? Busy night last night. What's going on in the scores?
Yes, sir. Our scoreboard from last night, starting out with the NBA. Steph Curry and the Warriors beating the Hornets 119-101. The Trailblazers winning 119-102 against the 76ers. The Heat beating the ever-so-bad Wizards 106-90. The Hawks beating the Grizzlies at the buzzer 132-130. The Thunder beating the Rockets 137-128. The Kings beating the Mavericks 122-98. And the Pistons beating the Jazz 134-106. In college basketball, a couple ranked matchups. Number 2, Duke, we've already talked about, absolutely whooped up on Wake Forest 93-60. And then kind of a good game. Number 3, Houston beat Kansas. Kansas competed. They only lost 65-59.
Hold on a second. Did we get a press release after the game? Did Bill Self put out a press release after this game that said, hey, I just want to apologize for the loss, but hey, we tried. We played really hard. We had a good game plan. It just Houston, we just tip our caps. But Kansas fans, I just want to let you know the boys are trying. We're really working hard. We're going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Petty for a Tuesday morning, man. It don't make no sense.
I made a comment. He had this big-ass press release after they lost over the weekend. And I said, get ready, because it's just kind of a precursor to what's coming on Monday. Right? It's, hey, I know we lost the game. We probably should have won on Saturday. Just going to give you a heads up. One day, it ain't going to be any better Monday night. It's just not going to be better. Hall of Fame coach. It's a Hall of Fame coach. That's got to put. We got to put out press releases now for our fan base to say, hey, we showed up. We were ready to go.
And we tried.
We tried. Trust me, we tried. We had the breakdown, the scouter reports, and you know what? Sometimes the team is just better than you. They're just better. Houston is one of the odds-on favorites to win it all.
Yes, they are.
This year. They're just better. Kansas, you stink right now. They just stink right now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Also
J-Lo.
in college basketball, in the MEAC, we got to talk about it. Local stuff in overtime. Norfolk State losing last night to North Carolina Central. That final score being 91-87. So there you have it for your scoreboard. Soccer fans, don't forget, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United, a USL League 2 and W team that plays right here in Virginia Beach. Experience the passion and the excitement of pro-level soccer. This season pass special includes women's and men's tickets for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. This 15-game package is on sale now. Visit vbunited.com for season tickets. Again, that is vbunited.com. Straight ahead, we're going to open What's Trending in Sports with Suave. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by ExpressPros.com. A major accident is blocking all lanes and the entrance ramp on 664 southbound, causing traffic to be completely stopped from Terminal Avenue and College Drive. We're seeing some congestion on 564 westbound between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. Delays heading east on 64 between Armistead Avenue and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, as well as heading westbound between Tidewater Drive and 564. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
Make hiring easier with the Workforce Experts. Let the people at Express Employment Professionals find you the right fit. Hiring is about people, not algorithms.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Going to get 10 cents on the dollar. I need to get it up to about 85 cents on the dollar.
I don't think you're going to get that, Rob.
With Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. Weeknights at 7 on Fox Sports 1310. You are listening to The Morning Drive on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM. And always free on the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app.
Welcome back. The Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. We're always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Really quickly, we want to remind you the Morning Drive is brought to you by OVM Financial with Annie Mac Home Mortgage, serving Hampton Roads since 2001. When it comes to buying a home or refinancing, you need a mortgage partner you can trust. Visit ovmfinancial.com, NMLS number 338923, Equal Opportunity Lender. Get moving and get buying. I've used OVM for my latest home and refinance, and I encourage you to do the same. 757-407-7023. Again, that's 757-407-7023. OVM Financial. It's that time, everybody. What is trending in sports?
If it made it in headlines, it made it here. Here's what's trending in sports with Suave.
Welcome back, y'all, to another What's Trending in Sports with your boy, Don Suave. Hey, I don't know if y'all noticed, man, but I think I finally had an answer to a very important question, and this comes from Chad Johnson, and he wanted to let us know what were the two most difficult things in life. Oh man, when I heard about it, I just wanted to sit back and ask it, just want to see what's the most difficult things in life. So let's hear Chad Johnson as he tells everybody the two most difficult things in life right now. Here's Chad.
The two most difficult things in life are hitting the baseball and keeping a woman happy long term. The two most difficult things in life. You hear me? Very. So the fact that
really? That was just funny for me. So hitting the baseball and keeping the woman happy for long term. So two most difficult things.
He's playing off the comments of Travis Hunter. Somebody asked Travis Hunter a question about what's more difficult, playing both sides of the ball in football or Shohei Ohtani what he's done, which is just a ridiculous question to ask it at the combine, but that's okay. And he says hitting a baseball, which I've been told hitting a baseball is extremely important. However, I think the second one is absolutely correct. Try to keep a woman happy long term and sustaining that, I don't think is a perfect science. I don't think people have figured it out. I think it's a moving stick, and I don't think anybody will ever figure it out. So it's 100% correct. I will give Chad Johnson a lot of credit, though, and I did make a comment to myself, and I want to bring it up sometime today on the program. I will give him a lot of credit because I believe it was Chad Johnson where Stephen A. Smith was going off on one of his stupid tangents about Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins.
Yes.
And he's trying to make the comparison, and he's trying to kind of poke the barrel a little bit of going, hey, how come people are not making a big deal out of Juju like they were Caitlin Clark? trying to go down that road of you know what. And Chad Johnson did not give in. He did not give in at all. Chad Johnson's an intelligent individual. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to market himself. I agree 100%. Yes, hitting a baseball is extremely difficult, but sustaining a long-term relationship with one person, that takes a lot of work. A lot of work.
Sounds like you do a great job at it, Johnny.
And a lot of compromise. I do not. Look,
Yes. 23 years of marriage, man.
Dude, it's on my wife. It's more on her. She does a great job of managing it. I'm trying to get out of her way.
Well, that's a good job then.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get out of her way.
Hey, that's a much better job than some other people are
So
doing.
so take advice from us, J-Lo. Just say I'm sorry. That's all you got to do. Just say I'm sorry. No matter if it's your fault or not. When it comes to a woman and an issue, just say I'm sorry. Be the first one to say I apologize, because you don't want to be the one you want to wait until just say I apologize for whatever I did, however it made you feel. It's a chance for me to get better. In the words of Johnny D.
Yeah, but you can't keep repeating that over and over, Swab.
No.
I mean, that works the first 8 times.
8
times.
That's a lot of time.
After that, man, you gotta have some accountability. Like my normal response is, and I've said this before on the radio show. My normal response is very simple. Look, I apologize that I did not meet or exceed your expectations today.
I'll write that down.
That's it.
I'm writing that down.
I am so sorry that I did not meet or exceed your expectations today as a husband, as a father, as a partner. I will try to do better. That's pretty much it. Like, you know you messed up. You know you're an idiot.
Yep.
You know you've outkicked your coverage.
Yep.
It's all good. It's all good.
And when you say that, everything will be all right, man. And I want people to view this. I know somebody could probably want to say, well, what happens if it's not your fault? You still should apologize. As a man, you might be right 1,264 times, but you're still going to apologize, because happy wife means happy life. That's right there for you, J-Lo. And speaking about also what's trending, I mean, this is hitting news, y'all, and it may be more coming to a pass more than ever. We're talking about our good friend Aaron Rodgers. The Giants are seriously considering bringing Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. This is following the discussions of what the teams need. While we know Rodgers and all the whole debate about the Achilles injury, everything, the critics are questioning the Giants. But it goes back to what you said, John D, yesterday. This is a high risk, and they're trying to do anything to keep Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen's job. So keep bringing in Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how that's going to help, but from the reports are showing, with pairing him with Malik Neighbors, pairing him with possibly another receiver, Aaron Rodgers is seriously a top consideration for the quarterback job.
I don't get it. I really do not get it. You share the building with the guy. You share the city with the guy. You saw what the Jets just went through firsthand. Firsthand. When you enter the building, go to the left, it's the Giants. Go to the right, it's the Jets. You saw it firsthand. And he's not a bridge to the future, because if you don't win, guess what? There's no future.
Nope.
So I don't understand what the New York Giants are trying to do, bringing in an Aaron Rodgers. I really don't. But it's par for the course. Also, I'm ticked off being a Bills fan. I want the AFC East to be a dumpster fire. Miami is on its way. The Jets were certainly on their way. And they get rid of Aaron Rodgers. Now the NFC East is turning into a dumpster fire outside of Washington and Philadelphia, between Dallas and the Giants, right?
Yes.
It's just getting better and better for the Commanders.
Yes.
Better and better.
Aaron Rodgers, go to the Giants. Giants for Aaron Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen. And also, Warpath, I'm using that too. Happy spouse, happy house. Now, when I use that and I get put on the couch, you're going to make sure you have room for me, man. All right. All right, but lastly, Dallas Mavericks. Can y'all do anything right lately? You got rid of Luka Doncic. You got Anthony Davis, who's now paper because he's injured again, or he's still injured. But now the report said that the Dallas Mavericks, and I kid you not, are going to hike the ticket prices after the Luka trade. What are you, Dallas? I don't look.
Brilliant.
Mark Cuban.
Brilliant move.
No, it's not.
Suave.
Why is that?
Brilliant move.
Tell me why.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because it can't get any worse than Dallas.
That's the problem. will.
It cannot get any worse in Dallas. So you know what? Hey, we're going to be transparent. We're raising the ticket prices 8%. This is what we got to pay for. Deal with it. We're the only game in town. If you want to watch the NBA, it's not look, you're not understanding. It's not watching the Dallas Mavericks. It's everybody coming to town that you want to watch. So it's for the fan base of the Lakers, for the fan base of the Sixers, for the fan base of the Knicks. That's what it's all about.
So the Mavericks are not the Wizards of the East.
Brilliant. You know what? You don't like me to begin with? That's fine. Here's another one. Take it. Right? That's what we're talking about right now. That's what we're talking about right now. You don't like me to begin with? Let me give you another bullet in the chamber.
Oh, y'all gotta go on that YouTube stream and see exactly what Johnny D did. That is called great content. But to be honest, it is stupid. Look, your fans already got mad that you traded Luka Doncic. Then reports that you try to give refunded season tickets for some people. Now you're hiking up the prices. So what do y'all want to do? Are y'all trying to sell the team and move to another area? Like, seriously, you're trying to get fans to stick with the team. You say you hiking the prices so you want to be an investment with the Dallas Mavericks. Well, you got to get the fans there to be an investment.
They want a new fan base. We want to get rid of all the Luka lovers. If you're a Luka lover, get lost. We've got a brand new team. We got a brand new fan base coming. You're either on board or you're not on board. If you're on board, by the way, you got to pay 8% more.
Exactly.
That's it. I love it. Good on you, Dallas.
And that's what's trending in sports.
That may be my new favorite team. The Dallas Mavericks.
All right, 6:58 on the program. Coming up on the second hour, he's here. He's ready. What is he going to say?
Oh, boy.
Exactly. Great response. We're talking about the scroll of hang. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Many of us will wake up to bright sunshine, but we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day. High temperatures this afternoon will reach the low 60s. As we head into tonight, we'll fall into the upper 40s and low 50s. We are tracking strong to severe thunderstorms moving through Wednesday afternoon, but should exit by the overnight hours Wednesday, and we'll see drier conditions for the rest of your work week. For News 3, I'm Dara Getter. Have a great day.
And here's what you need to know.
Major League Baseball announced Monday the end of a long-running dispute over the Washington Nationals television rights with the Baltimore Orioles. For the 2025 season, Nationals games will continue to be televised locally by the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network under a new one-year contract. After this season, the Nationals will be free to explore alternatives for their television rights. This key development could eventually facilitate the sale of the franchise. A potential suitor for both the
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. They're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Point is here to listen and help. At Fishing Point Behavioral Health, mental wellness professionals can guide you through emotional and psychological difficulties. Whether you're struggling with relationship issues, occupational stress, anxiety, depression, trauma, or anger management, we can help you find your path to a brighter future with compassion and understanding. You don't have to face turbulent times alone. Reach out today at fishingpointbh.com. We offer accessible, quality care for Medicaid patients and tribal members. That's fishingpointbh.com for mental wellness within reach. In person or remotely, let's talk. Fishing Point Healthcare, community healthcare that changes lives.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. We are Fox Sports! This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
the Yuengling Shamrock Marathon weekend is back, March the 14th through 16th. Come find your pot of gold at the charming Virginia Beach oceanfront. This 3-day event features the Yuengling Shamrock Marathon, Anthem Shamrock Half Marathon, and the Town Bank Shamrock 8K. Claim your spot now before this epic event sells out at shamrockmarathon.com. Again, that is shamrockmarathon.com. Good morning, it is 7 a.m. This is your Fox Sports Update. In the NFL offseason news, reports say the Minnesota Vikings will not be franchise tagging Sam Darnold. However, they will be still trying to re-sign him. As for the Cincinnati Bengals, they have announced that they will be franchise tagging T. Higgins for the second consecutive year. Higgins will be making $26.2 million in this upcoming offseason. The Atlanta Hawks won it at the buzzer last night, courtesy of Karis LeVert. The Hawks won it 132-130 over the Grizzlies. Number 2, Duke defeated Wake Forest 93-60. The loss for Wake basically ended their hopes to make the NCAA tournament unless the Demon Deacons can win an automatic bid through the ACC tournament. North Carolina Central won in overtime against Norfolk State 91-87. Keyshawn Porter had 24 points for the Eagles. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 400.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live at the Fox Sports 1310 app. With Suave, myself, and Johnny D, let's get to it.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310. Along with Suave and J-Lo, here's your host, Johnny D.
Welcome back. Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. As a reminder, we're going to reset the poll questions here in just a little bit. You can vote on the X at Drive Johnny D. Also, we're running live on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D. You can catch all the behind-the-scenes content there. Myself, Johnny D, Suave are back. Suave?
We are back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back.
I am on the YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV. If you got a comment, you got a question, you want to take a shot at yours truly, go for it. Put a comment into the comment box. I am replying as we speak. That is going to be my job this morning. In addition to just chiming in on when I hear dumb comments like the Bengals putting the franchise tag on T. Higgins. Good work out of them. Also, just very quickly, one thing that I am being told, and we are going to watch this over the next couple of weeks. All right, Suave? And I was going to save this for my hot take on a Wednesday, but I will bring it up today. I am being told, and I am reading multiple publications, that do not be surprised when the NFL draft rolls around. We're talking a lot of offseason. Look, today is the deadline, right?
Yeah.
Today, 4 o'clock today for the franchise tag.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we got to find out who's going to be tagged. Chris Russell is coming up here in about 20 minutes, so we'll talk Commanders, and I get to some thoughts on the Deebo Samuels and everything else going on in the NFL. But I am being told that do not be surprised if not only the Tennessee Titans trade back out of that number 1 slot because they're not 100% in love with Cam Ward. I mean, you do have Will Levis there, and you do have a lot of holes you got to fill for Tennessee. Okay, but do not be surprised if the number 2 pick in the Cleveland Browns trade out as well. So there is a lot of conversation going on right now with the Jets and with the Giants trying to move up to get a Cam Ward. Would the Titans and the Browns be interested in trading back and trying to stockpile some picks if they're not fully in love with that quarterback Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders?
I would say more of the Browns. I definitely would believe that because they
just saying.
Because with this Myles Garrett thing, they gonna need some people. Titans, they need a quarterback. Will Levis, the experiment of Will Levis and the mayonnaise got to go. It's not there no more.
Well, I don't know. They still look. I mean, are the Titans? Are you willing to put a rookie quarterback under center with that team? That's what you got to look at as well.
What was most of the issue with the Titans was Will Levis getting sacked with the offensive line? Did they not have weapons, or was Will Levis just doing Will Levis things?
If you could trade out, let's say you could trade out to the third pick, and you pick up a Travis Hunter, and you go get an Aaron Rodgers. Is that a better situation? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right? So that's what some people are or a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
A veteran quarterback, he's not a franchise guy. It gives Will Levis a little bit of breathing room. And then you go out and get a playmaker like a Travis Hunter, which I got some comments on Travis Hunter too. Oh, and I understand what kind of talent this guy is, but we'll get into it here in a little bit because everybody is falling in love with this dude. And I think Homeboy needs to make a decision. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But as I mentioned, Chris Russell is coming up here. I do want to talk Commanders with the draft as well because the Commanders currently, they do not have a fourth rounder,
no,
which they gave up for Marshawn Lattimore. You do not have a fifth rounder that you gave up for Deebo Samuel. Mm-hmm. So right now the Commanders are sitting in the first round, the 29th pick, I believe it is. The second round at about 60, 61, 62, right in that range. The third round, and then you don't pick again until the 6th. Forget about 6th and 7th round. And it was very rare that those guys make an impact. So if you were Adam Peters, I don't know how impactful you're going to be with a draft. Free agency in the offseason, that's a major move that needs to be done. And Warpath was arguing with me this morning. I said, if you're the Commanders, you take a run at Darius Slay. And I know he's 34 years of age, but it's a cheap price tag, and you're taking him from your competitor up there who knows the Philadelphia Eagles. You're telling me Darius Slay can't play in the NFL anymore at corner?
He'd probably be our best quarter.
That's a sad thing to say.
Right?
Yeah, but it's the truth.
I know.
I mean, why not take a flyer? They saved $4.5 million in Philadelphia to get rid of him. He's 34 years of age. I think he could still play in the NFL. Let's kind of table that. We'll ask Chris Russell
we'll ask
his thoughts on that, okay? All right, go ahead. I'm just going to keep interacting over
here.
You're
good. You're absolutely good. But I think it's about that time, Suave.
Do we need to do it?
Yes, we need to do it.
Are you sure?
Yes, we do.
I talked to somebody yesterday. They said, look, Johnny, is everything okay? And I said, what do you mean is everything okay? He goes, dude, I hear that you got this dude on every single day. And I go, what are you talking about? We get a lot of guys on every single day. And he goes, no, this dude who apparently is from Windsor or Wakefield or some cabin up there who comes across a little bit different. Like, is everything okay? And I go, look, man, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? I mean, this is what I got. Now we put him on camera, it's a little bit creepier. Like, when he was at a parking lot and we couldn't see him, I think it was all right. Now he's on camera. Now you see the facial expressions, the body language, and everything else. It kind of adds a little bit to the what did you call it yesterday? That meh side of it. Just saying. Just putting it out there. All right, hit the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is that time. It is time for the scroll of Cowboy Fan Hank.
3, 2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
It's that guy once again. The one and only. He posted a phenomenal picture on the X.
Yes, he did.
This is what I'm talking about. He is self-promoting himself. He's like Floyd Mayweather. He just put it out there. He's like a Jake Paul fight waiting to happen. The self-promotion is unbelievable right now. It is Hank. Good morning, Hank. Where now he is making it a routine of wearing different beanies from the clearance rack.
Every morning.
Yes.
Right, for the clearance rack. So this morning it's East Carolina. Good morning, Hank.
This was given to me. My nephew graduated from ECU.
Okay, so it was gifted.
This was a gift, yeah.
So the cheapness does not, extend past the fact that it's either a gift or it's a clearance rack. That's it. We're not purchasing this.
What's wrong with that, man? That's
nothing wrong with it.
That's
Ain't
being
nothing
efficient.
wrong with it.
That's being
I got
efficient.
you. It's all good. Nobody's questioning you this morning.
Apparently,
Not
already
yet.
bust
Not
me
yet.
upside my head about coming on every day. Hey,
I love you coming on. Do you need
it's a
glasses,
wonderful
by
thing.
the way?
No, man, I told you I have very sensitive eyes, man, and anytime it's bright outside, my eyes just kind of squeeze down to not much of anything. But it's
So
really
when they
bad when
let
it
you
snows.
out, so when they let you out at lunchtime, that becomes
Yeah.
difficult for you.
Yeah, it really does. It's tough on me. Like I said, I've told y'all this before. Like if it snows, man, I mean I'm blind basically trying to drive in the snow. So yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Bad. I have bad sinuses and everything. So it's rough. It's rough on you boys sometimes.
Come on, MC, man. Come on. What we got on the scroll, MC?
So like, is Shador Sanders intentionally making people upset? Because from what I'm reading, his interviews aren't going very well. Like I guess he's kind of full of himself or something. Didn't we already know that? I mean,
are we surprised?
Yeah, we're not surprised.
Here's what I do not understand. I've been reading a lot of these reports that he's coming across as arrogant, coming across as confident.
Mm-hmm.
He's Shador Sanders.
Thank you.
This has not changed since high school.
Yes.
It has not changed since high school. This is who he is.
I was sitting there reading this stuff going, man, okay, where were you guys been? Because I've kind of known this for a while, you know. I mean, even at Jackson State, he kind of got, you know, a little bit full of himself. But, I mean, I don't care. Most of these elite athletes are full of themselves anyway. And, I mean, it's just, maybe it's Deion. Maybe Deion said, look, when you go in here to interview with this team, kind of make a jerk out of yourself because we don't really want to go there anyway. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's some of it. I don't know, man. And Travis Hunter, I don't know, man. He's little, right? And he's tiny. Is he going to get beat up if he plays wide receiver? I mean, they don't. I guess maybe not. They don't allow people to hit anybody anymore, so maybe that's not the case. But I'm not sold on the guy. I'm really not. I mean,
Hank, can I give you my opinion on Travis Hunter, if you don't mind?
That would be great.
I think Travis Hunter is a tremendous athlete. I think Travis Hunter is probably the top 5 of the wide receiver category, top 5 of the corner category, no doubt about it. I think Travis Hunter needs to pick a position. I think when you're talking about the NFL, the best of the best, you're talking about the physicality. I know it worked at Colorado in the Big 12. It will not work in the NFL. You cannot play both positions at a very high level, which you need to do in the National Football League, okay? They're talking about in meeting rooms during the week. Which meeting room is it going to be? Putting him in special packages as a wide receiver. Dan Orlovsky was on social media yesterday. He was one of the first who said, hey, wide receiver, I think, is his position, not the corner position. I think if you're Travis Hunter, you got to pick a position and try to be the best that you humanly can be at that position. Period. End of story. I don't think you're in a position right now. You want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. That's not why a team needs to select you at number 3 or number 4. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I mean, if you look at the way corners are playing in today's game, I mean, if you touch the wide receiver, you're going to get called for a penalty. So it's almost like they got to let them catch the ball now and just make the tackle. So I don't know how many plays you're going to get out of the cornerback position. Anyway, if he gets 70, 80 catches as a wide receiver, he's going to be far more productive at that position. Speaking of like things that are going on in the world, apparently Serena Williams is becoming like she's becoming a part owner of a WNBA team. Did y'all see this?
Yes,
the
I did. Yes, Toronto.
Tempo.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of a name is that, man?
What was that?
What kind of a name is that? What are we doing here, man? It's like, golly, the tempo. That's like an old Ford back in the '80s. They had a little tempo that didn't do very well. So I'm like, man, what are we doing here? But okay, Cade Cunningham and the Pistons, right? We were talking NBA the other day. You guys like to talk NBA. Apparently, when they got a number 1 pick and everybody kind of bashed him,
he struggled in year 1.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. I mean, the Pistons were horrendous,
awful.
They were terrible that first year, 2 years. But yeah, they're playing well now. They are playing well now.
You got to get the guy some help. You can't have a guy come in there with a team that's as bad as the Pistons were and expect he's just going to make everything better. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched much. I mean, he's a pretty good player, I guess. He's the number 1 pick, but I don't know, man. The Pistons, out of nowhere, the Pistons? Have we heard of them since the Bad Boys was around?
Look, if I'm Adam Silver right now.
Yeah, he loving that.
No, he's not loving it.
Why not?
You're not loving the fact that the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavaliers are 2 of the better teams in the Eastern Conference right now.
And
You're telling me that an Eastern Conference final,
you want LA, you want the big marquee name,
dude.
Yes, but
nobody in the NBA office where they are struggling with ratings, and they got an image problem, and they got a star problem. Want Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley to be your stars in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hey, don't forget Donovan Mitchell neither. Don't forget Spider-Man.
I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
And Cade Cunningham as your star power in the Eastern Conference. Nobody wants it.
Don't worry, Cooper Flag will take it.
Nobody wants it.
So why don't we just consolidate the NBA to 8 teams and be done with it? If we don't want the Utahs or the Minnesotas or the Memphis Grizzlies or any of these teams to be involved, we just want New York and LA and Boston and
Miami.
Do we want Philadelphia in there? I mean, with what's going on there, but you get what I mean, though. So why? What's the purpose? Are these just fill-in teams? Are these teams we never expect anything out of? We can't want the Pistons or the Grizzlies or somebody like that to be involved.
You can want them all you want. You're going to be the minority, not the majority. I mean, you can want them to be successful all you want there, Hank.
And that's the worst thing about that.
Why does it work differently in the NFL then? Why?
Thank you.
First off, Detroit was a popular pick because they've never won. Right? So they never won. So we all love the underdog story. We all love the underdog story. We all love the guy that's come from nowhere to climb the mountaintop, like Dan Campbell and Detroit Lions, and they're
Jaden
fun
Daniels
to watch and everything else. Right, the Commanders.
Yeah.
The Commanders have been a dumpster fire for years. Now all of a sudden you got new ownership. You got this fresh new quarterback and this cool head coach who wears his hat backwards. Everybody wants to root for him. They almost get to the top of the mountaintop, and then they're kicked off. People love that story. And they love it even more when they get kicked off the mountaintop and they start tumbling down like the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Wow.
That's the Dallas Cowboys over the last 20 years. People love the fact that they were at the mountaintop with Jimmy Johnson. Now they're at the bottom of the mountain trying to make their way up. Detroit is a little bit different on the NFL side. On the NBA side, look, they won in the 80s and 90s. We get it. Isaiah, Mahorn, Lambeer, Vinnie Johnson. That was a nice story. Nobody wants to see Cade Cunningham in the Eastern Conference Final. Nobody is coming on this radio program that says, Johnny, man, I am excited as hell about Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. Not one. Not one.
Name 2 other players from the Pistons besides Cade Cunningham.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I certainly can't.
I can't do it.
Exactly.
Nor do I want to do it.
Detroit Pistons, I didn't like them because they beat the Lakers, but the early 2000 Pistons actually was a good team. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
Like I said, 2000s, the early 2000s when they beat the Lakers.
We're wasting our time on the scroll here, Hank, talking about the Pistons. What are you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, we need content, bro. We don't
need it that bad. I don't need content that bad on this radio show to be talking about the Pistons.
We went off on a tangent about it, so we must have needed. Okay, fine. Then I'll go back to the normal people we talk about. Is Kevin Durant tarnishing his legacy? Because I'm hearing he's getting traded again. What's going on?
Yes, I heard the same.
Yeah, look,
what's going on with that guy, man?
This is what I was told about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is that type of individual where he goes to a new place, he goes to a new home, he's happy for 6 months, and then he's got to move on. Look at the track record.
That is true.
Look at the track record over the last couple of years. He gets to a new place. It's a shiny new toy. After 6 months, he goes, I got that itch again. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. Can't do it anymore. That's what's happening at Phoenix. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing with Golden State or what have you, it takes 2 to tango. I was told that Golden State is not a huge fan of Kevin Durant. That being the head coach and Steve Kerr and Kevin Durant did not get along as many people think behind the scenes. But look, is he tarnishing his legacy? I don't know. I mean, Phoenix stinks. Is it because of Kevin Durant? No. It's more because of Bradley Beal and the organization. Bradley Beal's been awful out of Phoenix. Devin Booker is that team. Overrated. If Phoenix wants to make a splash, hell, if you want to make a splash, trade Devin Booker.
Woo!
Trade Devin Booker, go get some draft picks, stockpile it, tell Kevin Durant, deal with it. We're going to be building something here. If you don't like it, retire.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad, man. I mean,
Sorcerer.
People had him a top 10 player all time. Are we still there?
No. See, I disagree with all y'all. I still think he's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he's one, but top 10.
I think he's one of the greatest of all time. Kevin Durant. Look, Kevin Durant, when healthy and at his prime, you're talking about a dude that's 7 foot that could do everything. He could do everything. He was a walking bucket, no doubt about it. Walking bucket. In fact, funny, I heard an interview with Anthony Edwards, his favorite player of all time, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I saw that.
He patterned it, not against Kobe, not about MJ. Nope, Kevin Durant was his guy. That's his guy.
That's cool.
So if you're a walking bucket, then you get a pass. You're great. So is that what we're going to say?
I didn't say you get a pass because you're a walking bucket. He is a walking bucket, though, Hank. Come on.
I get that. So is Shea. Shea right now, I think he had another 50-point game last night.
He had 51 last night.
Yep.
I mean, it's stupid what SGA is doing right now. But he's also, 4 years into the league? Relax.
It's crazy he's from Virginia Tech because, Virginia Tech wasn't doing anything when he was on that team. So
who was? Wait a second. What are you talking about? SGA was not with Virginia Tech.
Come on. Didn't he play for Tech?
No, he did not play for Tech. No, he did not. SGA?
He played for Kentucky.
He played for Kentucky.
Oh, did he? What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, the scroll is done. Let's cut him off.
Hank,
we're up against the break, Hank.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, we're up against the break anyway.
Hank. So that's going to do it for the scroll of Hank. We went on the tangents about basketball this morning. Hey, listen, we're up against the break. So coming up next, our man, the Rooster, stops by. Chris Russell from the Team 980. We'll talk all things Commanders. The Deebo Samuel trade. Is he a fan? It's up next on the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Robert Half. A major accident is blocking all lanes on 664 southbound, causing traffic to be completely stopped from Terminal Avenue to College Drive. 664 northbound is seeing that same congestion between 17 and College Drive. You can expect heavy traffic heading east on 64 between 664 and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, as well as between 464 and Dominion Boulevard. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloach, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
New Jersey 08054.
The Fox Sports Radio 1310 new mobile app is designed to bring you closer to the action than ever before. Its features include open mic, get your voice heard, be part of the discussion, and connect with fellow passionate sports fans. 24/7 live streaming, plus contests and giveaways where you can enter for your chance to take home amazing prizes. The app also includes local events and sports news and updates. Download the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app today from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and experience a new level of sports entertainment. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, along with Suave and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and live on Cova Sports TV.
Hey, coming up in about 5 minutes, our buddy Chris Russell's going to join us. Normally in the 8 o'clock hour on a Tuesday. Going to push that up to the 7 o'clock hour. So we'll talk a little Commanders coming up with Chris, get his thoughts on the Deebo Samuel trade, where San Francisco is now firing back with the smear report, Suave, telling us that Deebo Samuel is 20 to 25 pounds overweight. That's been a concern since 2019. That's why he's often hurt. And you guys enjoy that in D.C. You guys enjoy fat Deebo instead of skinny Deebo, right? So we'll talk to Chris Russell coming up. Also ask Chris, man, what's next for the Washington Commanders? What is the next move? Because as I mentioned about 15 minutes ago, when you're looking at the NFL draft, they got a first rounder, second rounder, third rounder. That's it. Yep. So if you're trying to plug some of the holes through the NFL draft, there ain't many holes you're going to be able to plug. And you better not miss if you're Adam Peters on your first and second rounder. You can't miss right now if that's what you're relying on. I still think Darius Slay should be in play. I don't mind going out and getting a Darius Slay at a cheap price tag if it's a guy who knows your number one competitor very well. He does. Why are you shaking your head?
Because the last time we tried something like that, I know it was a long time ago, but one of the things what happened was I remember Washington got Donovan McNabb. That was one of the same reports I heard too. Oh, McNabb played for the Eagles. He knows their team left and right. So if Washington picks, so we got someone that can beat Philly. And what was the end result for that? We still lost to him. Matter of fact, I think it was the day that Michael Vick wanted to test his arm strength against Washington that Monday night and throw an 88-yard touchdown against Washington in the first play. But this is one of the things I heard Washington picked up McNabb. Yeah, exactly. It was a trade. Thank you, Whoopi. It was a trade, though. Yes, it was. But that was one of the things I heard back then. McNabb know the Eagles. We could beat the Eagles with McNabb, and we got skunked by Vic in that first game.
If you are a fan in the NFC, if you are a fan of the Washington Commanders, if you are a fan of the Detroit Lions, you are scared to death right now that the Philadelphia Eagles are starting to clear cap space and money to go get Myles Garrett. You're scared to death. Yeah. You cannot let that happen. And if you're Detroit, you certainly can't let it happen because you're really close. You're right on the doorstep. You are an edge rusher away from getting, I think, to the Super Bowl. For the Washington Commanders, you got a lot of holes to plug in on the defensive side of the football, but it's not going to make it easier. So we'll continue to talk some NFL. I know you guys want to talk wrestling with our next guest because he's all in, so he can explain the Elimination Chamber. He could explain. Pat McAfee, by the way, should be fired from ESPN. That, according to Keith Olbermann, because of his comments during the wrestling the other night in Canada. But I'll get to that. He is our buddy Chris Russell joining us here on the program this morning. Good morning, Chris. How are you, my friend?
Good morning, guys. Sorry for being a little bit late. I don't know how you guys do this.
Pretty easy, to be honest. We have no life whatsoever.
Wow.
And in fact, the sooner my wife can get me out of the house in the morning, Chris, the better. That's what it comes up to.
She's a smart woman. She's a smart woman.
Hey, just side note, this morning, I've not been feeling well, so I took a little bit of NyQuil last night. And for me, a little bit of NyQuil is I don't do the measuring cup anymore. I just swig it. And how I'm feeling about forget about that. I'm not doing the measuring, but whatever. I'm at the point, I'm just going to take it until it feels good, and then I'm going to go to bed. She had to wake me up this morning. The alarm had been going off for about a minute. She said, "Hey, jackass, it's time to get up." That's love, Chris. That is love, right?
I love that she calls you jackass, assuming that
a lot of things, man. She calls me a lot of things. That's one of the nicer things she calls me.
Nice.
Obviously, the news in D.C.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel will come into town. I want to get your initial thoughts. And now the smear campaign has begun with San Francisco, saying, "Hey, look, he's a little bit overweight. You're going to have to deal with that now in D.C." But your initial thoughts?
Yeah, so I've been gone for a couple of days, so I'm like still totally catching up on this. But obviously this was a target. This was expected. This was rumored, mentioned, whatever. The fit makes sense from a schematic fit. They throw a lot of horizontal passes around the line of scrimmage, screen game. They need help and a little juice in the rushing area, right? They'll run a lot of jet sweep action. Debo's a perfect schematic football fit. The question is A, whether he can stay healthy. Last year he didn't. He misses probably in the area of 1 to 2 games a year basically over his career. Last year I think it was a bunch of nagging injuries, calf, wrist. And then he had pneumonia. And that was the weird thing is I don't remember hearing a lot about that from afar. It was such a miserable season for the 49ers. But, the dude was in the hospital with pneumonia after playing 4 snaps against the Chiefs, and then he played the next Sunday. And then everybody was like wondering, well, what happened to Debo? Why is Debo struggling? And, when you have pneumonia, it takes your body a while to kind of recover from that, never mind play football. And I'm just talking about as a regular human being, as an adult, even if you're in shape. So, obviously he, I know he's disputing some of it, whatever. I think he'll be in the best shape of his life, in the best shape of his career. I think he'll be super motivated. 1 year left on his contract. He'll be motivated to prove San Francisco wrong. He'll be motivated to prove all the numbnut fans wrong, just everything. And I think the Commanders will get the best of Deebo Samuel. I would not do a contract extension just yet. That's me. I wouldn't be surprised if ultimately they do it because Adam Peters knows him better than I do. But the bottom line is I would kind of be patient in that area, take care of Terry McLaurin first, and then figure out Deebo after that.
I think people have got to understand too, and maybe you could correct me on this one. He's not a deep threat guy. That's number one. Number two, I think you're bringing him in, believe it or not. I think he's like your wideout number 3. I don't even think he's your wideout number 2. I think he's your wideout number 3. To your point, being able to run the football and have a little bit of creativity is where you're going to get the most out of him. Do you have concerns about him in the locker room? Because this is a dude who at times, I want to say there was the incident with Tampa, was it not? Where he got into it with his long snapper,
with the long
somebody in Tampa.
Yeah, with the long snapper and the field goal kicker. I guess it was more the long snapper than Jake Moody, the field goal kicker, after the 3 missed field goals. Yeah, like everybody that I've heard from so far says, that he's a good guy, in the building, not a problem. Okay. A little bit moody with the media, a little bit prickly with the media, but not a bad guy by any stretch to the media either, for whatever that's worth. The one thing that I would be kind of somewhat concerned about, guys, is remember after his breakout year in 2021, he also demanded a trade then and demanded, and then received a trade now. A trade request. So what happens if, say, you take care of Terry McLaurin here in the coming months, which I think is a high priority. He's a free agent after next year as well, right? And he's Terry McLaurin. And say you don't extend Deebo. or you play hardball with Debo, or things don't go exactly right for whatever reason, is he going to become a pain in the butt then? Or put out a trade request or something of that sort. And it's not because he wanted to get out of San Francisco because he hated Kyle Shanahan. Him and Kyle Shanahan were really, really, really close, really close. And he even admitted that when he, put out this request for a trade. And yet he wanted out of San Francisco. Why? Well, I mean, people are going to call it he wanted a fresh start. I mean, clearly his target share went down, but also his contract wasn't taken care of. He only had 1 year left, and they paid everyone. He knew he wasn't getting paid in San Francisco.
Chris Russell is joining us here on the program. You could follow him on the X, by the way, at RussellMania621. Of course, weekday afternoon host 1 to 4 on the Team 980, where I'm very perturbed with you. I just got to tell you, yesterday I was heading to the gym, and it was about 1:05. And I said to myself, perfect. I'm going to get on the treadmill. I'm going to pop on a little team980.com. I'm going to listen to Chris Russell. I want to get his thoughts. I want to get his reaction to the wrestling, to the Deebo Samuel. And lo and behold, you're not on. You're off. And I'm going, what is this guy doing?
Well, you remember when you guys took 2 weeks off for Christmas?
Yes, I do.
Right. And New Year's and all of that stuff. And you guys were on vacation. I was just trying to model the good behavior that you guys were showing.
But the difference is, Chris, is we can get away with that and nobody cares. You cannot get away with it because people care about your thoughts and your opinions.
Trust me, nobody cares, John. Nobody cares. You'd be surprised. I only wish people cared more about me. I mean, I was like, I was gone Friday and Monday because I went to go see my young adults in Canton, Ohio, right? Mm-hmm. And I said on Friday when Doc Walker, Super Bowl champion, and kind of an iconic name, I said, Doc Walker, lend him your ear, is filling in for me. I said, and you guys get a break from me. I that's the way I kind of look at it, kind of self-deprecation. Like, all right, maybe you don't care, but I'm giving you this break from me because that's the kind of guy I am.
By the way, I was told on our YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV that one person who certainly cares is going to be Paulie. Paulie certainly cares whether you are on the air or not. So we talked a little bit about Debo. We talked about what is next for the Commanders. Yeah. We had the NFL draft coming up in a couple of weeks. I want to transition very quickly to your wheelhouse. That's wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
The Elimination Chamber over the weekend, number one. And number two, did you see that Pat McAfee is in the news?
Yeah.
Keith Olbermann, which I did not realize Keith Olbermann still had a voice, but Keith Olbermann is calling for Pat McAfee to be fired for his reaction to the Canadian crowd during the wrestling event.
Yeah, and by the way, one if you don't mind, one last thing about Debo. I agree with you, Johnny, that they need more help at wide receiver. Now, whether it'll come from one of their own, 4 free agents or somebody from the outside, Darius Slayton, somebody like that. Yes, they will still continue to add to that position group. As far as wrestling, Elimination Chamber. I love that event. I mean, I think it's a cool structure, right? I think there's so much kind of intrigue, whatever. They did it in Toronto, site of 2 previous WrestleManias. Always a hot crowd. It's a smaller crowd than it used to be, but it's always a hot crowd. And you knew that what they were building was somebody that was going to turn on Cody Rhodes, the champion, whoever won the Elimination Chamber at the end of the night. And ultimately, people thought, and myself thought, it would be John Cena. I didn't see ultimately the turn and the way they did it. I thought somebody else would be involved, and that would set up kind of like them against Roman Reigns, against Cody Rhodes, maybe a Roman Reigns involvement, somebody like that. But to see John Cena get the throat slash from The Rock, from the final boss, and then to kick Cody Rhodes in the and then to beat him with a strap, that was shocking considering John Cena has been a good guy for the last 20 years of his career. I mean, he came up as a little punk, as a little rapping punk, and at times people didn't. At times, a lot of fans didn't love him, and they would say John Cena sucks, and all that. And I thought they would turn him then. They never turned him until his final run towards WrestleMania. On the road to WrestleMania, they finally did it, which was crazy.
Absolutely.
I think it's hysterical right now, by the way, that Chris Russell is so locked in on the wrestling side. I mean, the enthusiasm. We've just been talking about Deebo Samuel, and you've been calm, cool, collected like a duck on a pond. Yet we start talking about wrestling, boy, you get a little bit more excited. You got a lot more enthusiasm, a lot more energy. I think we found your true passion.
I do. I got to be honest with you. I now do a podcast, right? It's with my former producer Matt Essig. It's called The Rooster and the Rookie. People can check it out. It's available anywhere. It's kind of reinvigorated my love and my passion for wrestling. I mean, a lot of things I don't care about. I got to be honest with you. And one of them might be Keith Olbermann and Pat McAfee, but I'll give you one on that. I don't like Keith Olbermann, and I'm not a big Pat McAfee guy, so I don't care. I mean, if he gets fired, he gets fired. It makes no difference to me. But it has kind of reinvigorated my passion for it, because it's the one thing that I used to be able to just kick on the TV, enjoy, and not analyze and break down and not have to figure out a way. And yet here I am like a stupid dope starting a podcast and trying to analyze what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing this? What does this mean? And well, I'm into it. What can I say?
Can you do a podcast where you can mix wrestling and Washington football? Is there a way where you could find that happy medium, that sweet spot, where you got a little bit of wrestling talk, you got a little bit of Washington talk? I can't come up with a creative title right at the moment. Just something to sit on, to marinate on. Maybe that's the future. I don't know. Just putting it out there for you. I'm here for you, Chris.
It's not a bad idea. I listened to my co-host on this particular project at the start. When I said, we should do more DC sports talk type stuff, along your point, Johnny, he's like, yeah, everybody's doing that. That's what we do on a daily basis. Yeah. So, and that's a fair point. Like, that's a fair point. Like my colleague Kevin Sheehan does a 3-hour daily sports talk show on 980 in DC, and then goes and does like an hour and 15-minute podcast on the same exact material. So at least I'm doing something different, which does make it a little fresher for me, because I'll touch on WWE on my radio show. I will not do like a full hour or a full segment or anything like that. We, even today, I just, I'll mention the Cena thing. But I won't do an extensive breakdown, an extensive analysis.
Well, next week, what we will do is, because I know today you're going to talk more about the Commanders football stadium being on the RFK site, despite a projected $342 million budget shortfall.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be talking about at DC today. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a great conversation. Chris, always a pleasure. Check it out this afternoon. I will be checking it out at 1:05 today while on the trip. You are my motivation. You are my inspiration while I am on the treadmill or the elliptical this afternoon. I just want you to think about
that while you're talking, Chris.
I occasionally mention you guys, but now that I know that you're actually listening, I'm going to have to remember to give you a shout out at the early part. The only radio show that wanted me, not even my own radio show wanted me, was The Morning Drive with Johnny D.
That's absolutely
and J-Lo
correct.
and Suave.
We know talent.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah,
and by the way, you're free. So that's another thing.
Well, when is that podcast coming for wrestling? Because I want to tune in.
Don't forget about that. We're not talking about that right now.
It's out, Suave. It's out already.
It's been out. What have you been doing, Suave?
I just found out about this today.
The Rooster and the Rookie, Suave. Look at my social media. Come on, you're too busy with your own social media.
That doesn't like wrestling at all. He's still talking about Macho Man and guys that ain't been wrestling since a long time ago. So if I tell him about Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and the Bloodline, he gonna look at me like this.
We're talking about. I plug every Tuesday. I plug the man's social media handle. It's on his social media handle. So he's marketing himself.
Yeah.
So why don't you take a break from dissecting every player on the Commanders roster and broaden your horizons a little bit and listen to a podcast that's entertaining. Okay?
Fair point.
Don't agree with him.
Thank you.
Don't agree with this guy. Like, seriously? Don't
Chris,
agree
you're the
with Johnny
best.
D.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
We'll leave on a high note. Anytime that I'm right, we're going to leave on a high note. By the way, this segment of the Morning Drive is brought to you by the fine folks of
Miller's HomeComfort.com.
That is locally owned since 1978, 40 years, serving the comfort needs of Hampton Roads. I'm talking about heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical. One place to go is
Miller's HomeComfort.com.
All right, good stuff. Our thanks to Chris Russell. If you missed any of the interview, check it out on our YouTube page at Cova Sports TV. The Kellum Mechanical Audio Vault is up and rolling as we speak. All right, straight ahead, we'll talk a little entertainment news. Suave will get us up to date. It is a Tuesday edition of The Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by the Virginia DMV, reminding you to look twice for motorcyclists. A vehicle fire has traffic completely stopped on Western Freeway heading eastbound between West Norfolk Road and Railroad Avenue. We're seeing heavy traffic heading north on 464 between Poindexter Street and 264. Expect congestion on 564 westbound between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. And the right lane is blocked due to an accident on 64 eastbound between 464 and Dominion Boulevard. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a hospital.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. They're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Steve Covino. Yeah. Rich Davis. Perfect. This is Covino and Rich.
All the big stars of the junior welterweight division, the 140-pounders, are fighting on one card, dude. Floyd Money Mayweather was on Jimmy Fallon. He was asked, what about Jake Paul? He's like, easy work. Which one excites you the most? My answer is going to make you want to throw up in your mouth. Mayweather or Jake Paul?
Covino and Rich. Weekday afternoons 5 to 7 on Fox Sports 1310. He's live and he's local. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310.
All right, sorry about that. Still put my comments in the YouTube stream this morning at Cova Sports TV, where I am personally have taken over, and I am commenting with everybody who chimes in on the chat box that's on our YouTube at Cova Sports TV. You can follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D as well. The Tom McKellen talk and text line is open at 757-497-1310. If you got a thought, throw it up on the text, and we will read those coming up in the final hour of the program. We did get a comment, just so you know there, J-Lo. Somebody wants to know where you will be tonight. High school basketball state playoffs begin locally. Yes, and I said, you're pretty much a front runner, and you're lazy, so you're going to want to go to the closest location that you live, which will either be Green Run or Oscar Smith.
I think the closest location will be Oscar Smith, but actually tonight I'm going to be going to Heritage High School because they are the host of the Hampton Variety game. And actually, some breaking news. I'm hearing, my sources are telling me that Suave is going to be going as well.
Hold on a second. So where is Heritage High School?
It's in Newport News.
That's in Newport News.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not that far.
No, it's not that far.
From where you are.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not far from Suave.
Nowhere near.
I mean, that's a stretch for Suave.
No, it ain't. My sons go to Heritage High School.
I was being facetious.
I know you're being facetious, yes.
So what I was saying is it's pretty much next door to where you live. So for you to actually get out of the house at 10, what time are these games starting?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. What is the schedule tonight? Can we go over the schedule?
So across all the games?
Yeah,
Can
why don't we do
8
that?
o'clock hour?
Yeah, we could do that in the 8 o'clock hour. I'll let you prepare for that. Because right now it's 7:52. Well, I mean, it's a lot to put on him right on the spot. I mean, I know he covers high school basketball on a regular basis, and he probably could rattle off the top of his head all the state matchups. Do we have odds? Any betting on it? I'm just kidding.
We don't have odds.
Again.
Yeah, he's being facetious.
A little bit of a joke.
Let me write
Get a
that.
sense of humor.
Let me write that word down.
I know you did, but you seriously were answering me like, yeah, you do realize that there are no betting odds on a high school state playoffs. Yes, I do. What do we got? Entertainment page. It's 7:53. Hit it, please.
Want to know what's happening outside of sports? Here's what's trending in entertainment with Suave.
With the trend of this about what's going on in entertainment, I know I used to have a little good opening. No, I can't stand this. Hollywood is weird. That's why people call it Hollyweird. So let me tell you what happened. And Johnny D said it early in the show. The Oscars. You know, everybody want to be at the Oscars. You come with your suit, all looking good. Everybody's having fun, all that good stuff. Okay, this is taking it way too far. So I was looking at the Oscars on X and seeing all the stories. And this story, and I seen this video. And let me give you some background to this. Yes, in 2003, Halle Berry and Adrian Brody was on the stage. Brody kissed her. Of course, she was shocked. Everybody was shocked and all that good stuff. Let's just say in 2025, the exact same thing happened. This time, it was Halle Berry kissing Brody, but it's what she said before she do it. So, Jayla, please play that video of Halle Berry and what she did. So, for the people who listening on the radio, what happened was Halle Berry walks up to Brody, says, "Sorry, Georgie, I gotta do this," and kisses her husband in front of her. And her reaction, which hit X crazy, which was, "Yeah, celebrate, woo, celebrate." I showed this to my wife. She was like, if that would have happened, Oscars would have been shut down. And I looked online. People were saying that she's stronger than me. Like, they called this is weird. A lot of women would say that Brody would probably been put on the ground, or even Holly Berry would have been put on the ground. So it just, when I seen it, I'd say, you know what? Hollywood, y'all got it. Y'all want to do that kind of stuff? I know there's all the stories behind the scenes. So when I seen it, I was like, you know what? Y'all weird. Y'all can have it. It's okay.
So let me ask you this question.
Don't even
think
about it.
Is it okay if they're acting and they do it?
Acting, yeah, it can draw the line. Don't get me wrong, because a lot of times people have fallen in love during acting. Look at Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
But it's part of their craft. It's part of their job.
But, okay.
It's part of the storyline.
So was this part of it then?
I would actually rather it be out in public in front of everybody like this, because you know it was. You know, what happens if you're on a set and the significant others are not around, and you do one take, and you do two takes, and you do three takes?
Honestly, that would be a great question, because...
And damn it, my wife would tell me, if Holly Berry wants to smack one on you, go for it. Go for it, man. Because it's probably never going to happen again. I'm all in.
Once in a lifetime.
Right? If Holly Berry wants to lock lips with yours truly, I'm in. 2 feet in, no doubt about it. It's never going to happen again. I could die a happy man. It's all good. But it's acting. This is Hollywood, man. They act every single day of their lives. It's not a big deal. It happened on the red carpet. It's not like you hided it. It happened on the red carpet.
Yeah, I understand it's acting, all that stuff, but there's some stuff. And I see someone say online, they was like, if you're insecure, that'll upset you. And of course, she was baiting everyone, because literally, when I said during the Essex, I'm reading down, trying to see anybody go for it, there was nobody going for it. They said you're not acting, you're regular people, and you just walk up and kiss her right in front of them.
I don't think it's a big deal.
I
don't think it's a big deal.
It was definitely a big deal.
I think it's a big deal if she kisses me. Absolutely. I would make it a big deal. You kidding me? That video would be everywhere. Would be everywhere.
It's like Bill Belichick and
she
his
still
girlfriend,
looks really good, too. Holly Berry. Wow. Wow. She has aged nothing. Tremendous. Absolutely.
Can we go on? You want to keep going?
I mean, you could go on.
No, are you sure about that? I mean, you just keep on talking.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, let's go. And that's the thing that happens, sticking with the Oscars. You know, when people tell jokes, you know, you try to do a good joke so Gary want to laugh and, you know, talk about it. But this joke fell flat. You know, you had your couple, but it didn't do as much. So here's Conan O'Brien with his joke. And of course, it's talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Let's take a listen to the joke.
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile. Don't worry, I'm lawyered up.
I'm lawyered up. So, of course, you know, with that joke on X, cringe was the number one thing people called that. You know, hey, and another shot at Drake. You know, what else is new? So that was trending on X right there, and that's what's trending in entertainment. Oscars took supreme.
Show of hands, how many people truly believe that Conan O'Brien was still employed somewhere? Like, I had no idea that Conan O'Brien was still around.
Don't he still got a talk show?
I don't know. Does he?
I got no clue.
I know it's not on one of the Is he still doing it on TBS or TNT or one of those? I know he went off the traditional, one of the big three over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought he went to TBS. I did not realize that he was still doing it, is what I'm saying. But I like Conan O'Brien, too. Funny dude. All right, we got to go to the break.
Yeah, we're going to break.
All right, Power Hour, right around the corner. It is a Tuesday edition of The Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Many of us will wake up to bright sunshine, but we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day. High temperatures this afternoon will reach the low 60s. As we head into tonight, we'll fall into the upper 40s and low 50s. We are tracking strong to severe thunderstorms moving through Wednesday afternoon, but should exit by the overnight hours Wednesday, and we'll see drier conditions for the rest of your work week. For News 3, I'm Dara Getter. Have a great day.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a hospital.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Payments if you want them. So, I hope you stay warm this winter, and we're definitely here to help if you need an emergency repair in your furnace. But you can also call us if you want help keeping that heat inside your home in the winter and outside your home in the summer. Only at
MillersHomeComfort.com.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310.
We are Fox Sports!
This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app. That's right, don't forget, you can take us anywhere you go with the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app. Download us now via the Apple Store or the Google Play Store today. Good morning. It is time for the Power Hour. It's 8 a.m. and this is your Fox Sports update. In NFL offseason news, reports say that the Minnesota Vikings will not be franchise tagging old Sammy Darnold over there. Led the Vikings last season with 4,319 yards and 35 touchdowns. As for the Cincinnati Bengals, they have announced they will be franchise tagging T. Higgins for the second consecutive year. Higgins will be making $26.2 million this upcoming season. The Atlanta Hawks won it at the buzzer last night, courtesy of Karis LeVert.
Desmond Bain barrels in. Stolen by Daniels. Ahead to LeVert. Karis goes up. Score! At the buzzer! It's all over! Game.
The Hawks won it 132-130 over the Grizzlies last night. Number 2, Duke defeated Wake Forest 93-60. The loss for Wake basically ends their hopes to make the NCAA tournament unless the Demon Deacons can win an automatic bid through the ACC tournament. North Carolina Central won in overtime against Norfolk State last night 91-87. Keyshawn Porter had 24 points for the Eagles. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310 AM, 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV and live on the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Kova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Welcome back. The Morning Drive with Johnny D. It's time for the Power Hour.
Yeah! Woo! Boy, let me tell you, I'm on the YouTube stream this morning at Kova Sports TV. If you got a comment, let's hear it. I'm enjoying this. I'm not going to lie. I like this better than actually talking on the radio. I like the fact that I'm sitting on our YouTube stream this morning at Kova Sports TV, just interacting with the listening audience, the viewing audience this morning. So if you get a chance, go on YouTube, hit Kova Sports TV, hit that subscribe button, that like button today so we could feed a family in Newport News by the last name of Suave. Please go ahead and do so.
Look at the face. Look at the eyes.
And look, I'm interacting. I'm having a good time this morning. And one thing I'm talking about, Suave, I think I've touched a nerve a little bit on this Jimmy Johnson take.
Mm-hmm.
And we mentioned Jimmy Johnson announced his retirement from Fox Sports. He was on Colin Cowherd yesterday afternoon. A little bit of a schmooze fest going on Cowherd, just really smothering Jimmy Johnson with love for about 12 minutes. Where my initial thought was, I thought he retired at the Super Bowl. I thought that was the announcement, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, I know he's been on there for, 31 plus years or whatever it's been. But I don't ever recall in the 31 years of looking at pregame of the NFL saying to myself, I need to turn on Fox to see Jimmy Johnson. I know he was a tremendous college football coach at the University of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I know it was tremendous what he did with the Dallas Cowboys, although I thought it was funny on Cowherd yesterday. He was telling the story about Jerry Jones and how the first year when they were really bad, Jerry Jones did not really bother Jimmy Johnson the first year or the second year because Jerry Jones had just purchased the Cowboys and he took out a large loan to do so. So Jerry Jones was really committed the first couple of years of trying to pay back that loan.
Mm-hmm.
So he was immersed into his day job and on running the Dallas Cowboys. So he kind of left Jimmy Johnson alone. Then all of a sudden they win a Super Bowl. They get a little bit successful. Then Jerry decides he wants to jump in to the conversation, which of course led Jimmy to exit stage left. And we know the rest is history. So he's talking a little bit about that. But he's been with Fox for 31 years. So, Suave, I kind of posed the question, did you watch because of Jimmy Johnson? I hate to say it, but I think he's a little bit overrated when it comes to the broadcasting side. Hall of Famer college coach, no doubt about it. Hall of Famer NFL coach, no doubt about it. Hall of Famer as a broadcaster, don't think so.
No, I did not. Honestly, I watched NFL on Fox for football. There was nobody on that broadcast. It was as long as I could think about that. I said, "Oh, I need to tune in what that person going to say." No, I just watched it because it's 12 o'clock. Football's coming on in an hour, and I'm going to turn in. Exactly. Like, if I had to think about who one of my favorite ones was probably be when Shannon Sharp was on CBS. That was funny because it was him, Dan Marino. That was funny. And then when Chris Carter was on it as well. That was pretty entertaining.
Maybe it's me, man. There are very few dudes. And there's so much content to consume now. Mm-hmm. That's one of the issues. You could go to the NFL Network. You could go to Fox. You could go to CBS. Yeah. You got all these betting websites now, like the DraftKings and the FanDuel and everything else, that as a pregame, I kind of joked about it at hour one. You got a pregame for a pregame. You got Fox NFL Sunday. Michael Vick is on there with a couple of other people now. If you want to start getting your content at 7 a.m. instead of waiting like a normal human being at 10 a.m., you could do that as well. ESPN.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a revolving door over there. I mean, good for Jimmy Johnson. The one thing I do enjoy about Jimmy Johnson, J-Lo probably does not know this. Do you know where Jimmy Johnson lives?
I don't know, no.
Jimmy Johnson, one of the issues, obviously, is Fox is out in L.A., and he would have to fly he's in Isla Mirada. He's in the Keys.
Really?
That's where he lives. Yes, he's in Isla Mirada.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
This has been a thing with Jimmy Johnson for a number of years. This dude goes out on his fishing boat. He cracks open some cold ones. That's why he's always got the golden tan. On my way down to Key West all the time, we would stop at Isla Mirada, sort of right in the middle of Miami and Key West. Just a small little town in the middle of nowhere. Nice little fishing town. But Jimmy Johnson resides in Isla Mirada. Didn't want to deal with it anymore. right? I guess that private jet taking him to L.A. and watching football all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And I love Colin Cowherd. Well, there's a lot that goes into this job. No, there's not. No, what goes into the job, Colin? You're flying him in. He's watching college football. You admit it. He's watching college football all day on Saturday, right? He's getting any meal that he wants, any drink that he wants. He's surrounded with football guys. This is what he does. He's watching football all day Saturday. He's talking about football on Sunday. Then he flies home.
Yeah.
That's like
it ain't rocket
beautiful
science.
job. That's a beautiful job right there.
I mean, it was getting paid an absorbent amount of money to do so. But, I kind of threw it up on the YouTube stream this morning. And Fox is overrated in general. Hasn't been good since James Brown left.
I love James Brown.
Right?
Too,
JB was a good one. And, I'm the dude who thought it was out of the box, and I did not mind it, but it did not work out when Dennis Miller went into the Monday Night Football booth.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, man, they caught a lot of strays.
Yes, it did.
There were a lot of strays. Like, why is this dude? But these guys were ahead of their time because they knew at some point you want to draw in the casual type. And that's why you got the Manicasts, right? The Manicasts are for the football guys, but you're also getting a lot of different guests on there. You're trying to drive in those different audiences. So, that was one of the big topic of conversations with Jimmy Johnson retiring, which I thought he retired a couple of weeks ago at the Super Bowl. Guess I was wrong. And I checked it out on Colin Cowherd's broadcast yesterday. But I thought that story about Jerry Jones, I found amusing. Because, look, when was Dallas good? Early on in Jerry Jones's tenure.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? Well, the reason being he was too busy working and trying to pay back a loan.
He stayed out of people's business.
Instead of meddling into the day-to-day operations of the Dallas Cowboys. So there you go. All right.
He got 3 rings, too. I do want to put that at Jimmy Johnson.
He's got 2.
He got 2, but
he does not have 3.
I know, but Barry Switzer, do we really want to give him that ring?
You cannot count that as a ring for Jimmy Johnson.
I know.
Was it the roster that he built? Yeah. It was. Did he call any plays? No.
I know.
Not one.
I hear a lot of Cowboys fans say they don't ever give Barry Switzer no type of flowers. That's Jimmy Johnson's team. And I sometimes would agree with him because after that, we have to look it up. How long was Barry Switzer in the NFL after he won that Super Bowl?
Not many years.
Exactly.
Not many years.
So that was Jimmy Johnson's team. So
Barry Switzer was so good at Oklahoma.
Yes, yeah.
Oh man, he was so good at Oklahoma. And what a bad hire. Again, that is a typical Jerry Jones hire. Let me go get an old buddy that I can control. Right? That's Jerry Jones.
And when he won the Super Bowl, he looked at Jerry Jones and went, we did it. We did it.
Jerry Jones. What a clown. Jerry Jones is such a clown. He really is. He was great on Landman, though. If you get a chance to watch Landman, he's got about a minute and a half. Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Talking about his Cowboys and family and everything else. Absolutely tremendous.
I want me some glory hole.
Absolutely. Give me some more glory holes.
I want me some glory hole.
Yes. Are we close, Dak? That's what I want to know. Dak, are we close to winning a Super Bowl? That's what I want to know. Dak, are we close? And can I get some glory holes? That's what it's all about. J-Lo does not pick up on that.
Yeah. I want me some glory hole.
Okay. What about the next one? Is it close?
Yeah,
are we close?
Yeah, very close.
Yeah, we're very close. Okay. Yeah, Dak says we're very close. Very close to what? I have no idea if you're the Dallas Cowboys.
Very close to his retirement.
All right. Hey, busy day in the NFL. We mentioned the franchise tag is due at 4 o'clock today. Suave, I have not seen, and maybe you could educate me on this. Who are the Commanders planning on tagging? Do we know? I have not seen this.
Nobody really
I have not seen it either.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
That is still a mystery.
Yeah.
So we know they're trying to trade Jonathan Allen. That is still a mystery on what they're going to get for Jonathan Allen. We do not know who they're going to tag with a franchise tag by 4 o'clock today. We know you have brought in a Deebo Samuel, which we talked to Chris Russell in hour 2 and have established that, believe it or not, for a 5th-round pick, Deebo Samuel is not a wide receiver number 2. He's more of a wideout number 3, maybe an R. Is he your RB1?
I hate to say it, guys. Like I said, I love Brian Robinson, but at this moment, he could possibly fight for that RB1 position. He could be that slash person. He could be that playmaker. And we talking about receivers. I mean, I know we got to focus on defense. What about Charles Godwin? Should we go after him? Charles Goodwin? Should we go after him?
Well, first off, I think you should get his name correct. That would be Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin.
How's the injury recovery?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the whole thing. How healthy is he? What's the salary? What's the age? I don't know those things. I just know that I think a lot of people thought Tampa was going to franchise tag him.
I did,
and
too.
they did not. So, again, look, you probably, if you want to invest in it in the NFL draft, we said it's not a deep wide receiver. And what I mean by that is you're really not going one or two to get your wide out that's a plug-and-play number one guy. The kid out of Arizona is really good. Who's that? The McMillan kid out of Arizona is really good. And then whatever you think Travis Hunter is, pick a position, bud. All right? Yeah. Why are you so special? Pick a position. You're not Charles Woodson yet. Relax, okay? You're not a Dion. Relax, okay? You're Travis Hunter. You had a tremendous college career. Pick a position. Let's go. Is he a wideout? Is he a corner? I think Washington could possibly, in the third round, get a wideout that you got to get a big physical guy. You got to get somebody in there to help Terry McLaurin out. I don't know. Or do you look in-house? We said this is a big week for Washington to re-sign those they want to re-sign. Do you keep a Zacchaeus? Do you keep a Brown? One of those guys? Like, Brown's going to want a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Diaby anymore. I think Zacchaeus should be kept, though. I think he's a slot guy for next year. However, with that being said, you still got to go out and find yourself a physical guy, regardless.
And I'm not sure what's out there. T. Higgins was that guy.
He was.
Which I brought this up early in the show. I don't understand what Cincinnati's doing. I really don't. You're not. What type of long-term deal are you going to give T. Higgins that he's going to be happy with? You still got to pay Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Is Joe Burrow going to take that big of a discount and restructuring where you're going to be able to take care of Jamar Chase and A.T. Higgins? Look at the better teams in the NFL, man. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, what is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith making? Is that what you're trying to mirror? I don't think Devontae Smith is up there.
No, he's not.
Okay, we know A.J. Brown is top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying a lot of money for an A.J. Brown. You're not paying market value yet for Devontae Smith. You're not paying anything for your tight end, and you got a pretty decent one in Dallas Goedert. You got a phenomenal offensive line. And what does Saquon Barkley make it at the running back position? Like, he didn't get a huge payday, I do not believe, when he went from New York to Philadelphia, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he got what he wanted. I think he went, a pretty damn good situation.
The running back market has just been bad over the last few years anyways. Nobody's really making a crazy payday.
Yeah, so I don't know. So a lot of football talk going on right now. Before we go to the break, I want to bring up this Pat McAfee story. And I want to get I want to get Suave's thoughts on this. And anybody on our listening audience, if you want to chime in on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV, where I am now neglecting my responsibilities this morning. But let me read the story. Then I'll get back to interacting with our listening audience on the stream. But former Sports Center co-host Keith Olbermann, one of the OGs, was not amused by recent comments from one Pat McAfee regarding Canadians booing the United States national anthem. In fact, he believes that ESPN should take serious action against the analyst. McAfee was working a WWE event in Toronto. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yes, Elimination Chamber, yeah.
When he responded to the boos from the crowd while on the air, calling Canada, quote, a terrible country, unquote. Although he seemed to be making the comments at least partially a jest, many Canadians and even some in the U.S. did not take it that way. And that includes Olbermann, who took to X, formerly Twitter, to suggest that McAfee deserved to be fired from ESPN. Quote, a lot of us tried to warn the new ESPN management that the day would come when this idiot would draw them into a permanent political controversy, and they could either be consumed by it or fire him. That day is today. Fire him, according to Keith Olbermann. Quote, you booed my country, McAfee said. I heard from a lot of Canadians during the national anthem at the Rogers Center. Overwhelming boo. Very loud boo. First reaction whenever the national anthem starts up, there was, for some of the Canadians that just start booing, my entire life, first reaction when someone boos the national anthem is bleep you. End quote. So I ask you, Suave, is this something where ESPN should consider? Because do you believe something political will come of this?
Man, I believe they should not fire him, more or less. Of course, talk to him about it because you represent ESPN. But the funniest thing about it is, Johnny D, if this was a wrestling storyline, nobody would really look into it because this happened a lot of times. When Bret Hart was a Canadian, he went out to America. And no one want to say, oh, we need to cancel Bret Hart, anything like that. It happened, but because it's an ESPN thing, they're represented worldwide, and they don't want to create no heat, then they'll take it serious. But like I said, suspending him, no, because he just fell into the door, fell into it. Right there, no. It should not get fired. Suspended, maybe, but other than that, no. Y'all taking it way too serious with that one, and making it a political thing. Stop it. Stop making everything so political.
J-Lo, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I don't think he should be fired. This is also a little bit of bias coming from it because I love Pat McAfee. I don't want to see him go. And he's also beloved in the wrestling community, Suave, as you know. Everybody loves him in the commentating booth. So I don't think he should be fired. I think people just... I don't think people should take his comments the way they did. I think he was just messing around, being funny, being Pat McAfee. He was just being himself, and I think it's fine. I think he shouldn't be fired. I think maybe the WWE can make a statement saying they apologize or whatever.
Hold on a second. Why are you making a statement, man? The WWE is all about entertaining.
This is
all about entertaining. This is all about entertaining. I mean, you hire a Pat McAfee, you know what you're getting.
Thank you.
That's what I mean. You know what you're getting. You don't hire a guy that's got a certain way of going about his business and then expect him to do the complete opposite. There is a reason Game Day has brought him on. Ratings are through the roof the last couple of years. Why? Because Game Day knew it was becoming a little bit stale. It was becoming a little bit boring.
It was.
You had the big noon kickoff at Fox starting to gain a little bit of traction. We got to bring in a guy that's going to stir the pot a little bit, and he's going to appeal to a different type of demographic. That's what you get with Pat McAfee. You got an old school guy, Keith Olbermann, over here. Look,
tell it.
Go away.
Tell it.
You been gone. You had your run. It's been nice. Go back to bed. That's what I would tell Keith. Go back to bed. We know you're the smartest man in the room. You and Doug Gottlieb, congratulations. You're both the smartest men in the room. I'm not being petty, Suave. I'm telling the truth. The two smartest men in the room at all times are Keith Olbermann and Doug Gottlieb. That is a fact.
Yeah.
That's not my opinion. That is a fact. Just go back to bed. It's okay. It's entertainment. I do not believe we're going to start a political war.
Thank you.
With Canada over Pat McAfee booing these guys right back. The only political war that's going to happen is if SGA decides he doesn't know how to play anymore in the NBA. Then you're going to have an issue because he is the face of Canadian basketball and he is the face of the NBA right now. Oh. That's what you get.
Is he a foreigner? SGA.
He makes a paycheck in America for the most
Exactly,
part.
So he could be a face.
But he's a foreigner.
Oh, he's a foreigner?
Absolutely.
He can't be the face then.
He played for Team Canada.
He can't be the face.
He cannot be the face of the NBA.
Cannot be the face.
You cannot have an international or foreign player be the face of our sport.
No.
Period. End of story.
This is America.
Can't happen.
It can't happen.
Not at all. I would rather get the guy who is the 10th man on the bench, who is an American, be the face of the NBA instead of a Jokic or an SGA
or a Luka
Doncic or anybody else. We can't have that. Jason Tatum, please, for the love of all holy, will you step up and please be the face of the NBA? All right, 8:24 on the program. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on the other side, Suave. What's your take on a Tuesday? It's a Suave takeover on a Tuesday. It's beautiful. It's the morning drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. An accident is blocking off the right lane on 64 eastbound, causing heavy traffic between 464 and Dominion Boulevard. 64 eastbound is also seeing some backup between 664 and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, as well as some delays heading west on 64 between Mason Creek and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And bumper-to-bumper traffic on Western Freeway heading eastbound between West Norfolk Road and Railroad Avenue. I'm Elena Begso on Fox Sports 1310.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Tuning in to the high school football game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio. And did you know, AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping the public safe in dangerous times. No matter what the reason, Fox Sports 1310 AM is here to serve you. Visit wearebroadcasters.com to learn more and tell us how you depend on AM.
The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, along with Suave and J-Lo, on Fox Sports 1310 and live on Cova Sports TV.
8:29 on the program. This is the Morning Drive with Johnny D. We're powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310. Catch us on the app at Fox Sports 1310 mobile app. This part of the segment is called the What's Your Take? And this is where Johnny D, what was happening in his life and his mindset, we in trouble sometimes.
Scary brain.
Scary. He'll do what's that, but this day is on me, Don Suave.
The question is, how scary is Suave's brain? Do we know?
No, it's not.
It's not. No, it's not scary. No, I try to be very, very professional.
He tries to be.
I try to be.
That's the whole thing with this segment. You got to put the guard down. You got to break down the walls. You just got to let it all hang out. And I'm curious to see what's going to go on here next. I have no idea. I honestly did not even look at the rundown on what you had down here. So this is going to be a first reaction for me.
Absolutely. Okay. I don't know if y'all remember the show. Well, probably you should. It's a famous show, Family Guy. They had a segment up there called Grind Your Gears. So my take is basically what's grinding my gear, because this happened yesterday. And like I said before, if you have an issue with it, I'm sorry. I do, because some things just cannot go unannounced. So I'm going to start with this. We got pet peeves in life. My pet peeve, and I need to know what y'all take on this. Have you ever been to Walmart? And let's say it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, let's say. It is that busiest time where everyone is shopping. Everyone's getting something to buy. And for some odd reason, why does it at Walmart at this time when it's peak time, your cashier is always that 60-plus-year-old person who's taking all day scanning your items, knowing we got a line that's about as long as the DMV line. And that just sometimes irks me because it's always at the peak time when people are just getting off of work. When you want to come and get some shopping, and you people got baskets
So
upon
you're
baskets.
talking about at 7 o'clock at night?
Yes.
Okay, 7 o'clock at night, you walk into the local Walmart, which, by the way, the opinions of Suave does not reflect those of the morning drive, because I enjoy Walmart no matter what time of the day. But your problem is peak hours. You've got limited personnel working the cashiers.
Yes.
Those limited personnel have a hard time multitasking.
Yes.
At a rate that shows a little bit of urgency.
Yes.
Okay.
And I understand everyone has a job to do, but these type of times.
I don't think it's a job. They got a budget.
They got a budget for 60-year-old.
I mean, I don't know how much you pay a 60-year-old to work the cashier at a Walmart.
They're probably say you'll pay a 20-some-year-old.
Oh, the minimum wage? $15 an hour? What is minimum wage? 15
Minimum
bucks
wage
an
is
hour?
12.
$12.
Well, actually,
$12 an
$12.50
hour?
now, isn't it?
I thought it's going up.
It went up to
It is.
$12.50. Eventually,
It
it's
is.
going to get up to 15. I think.
Wow, so I got a raise. Good stuff.
There you go.
Did not know that.
Nice.
Good work. Didn't get that from Max Media. Unbelievable.
It's an email. Don't worry about it. Along with your 5 bulletin points, that you got to prove what you do on the show too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sneak that one in. And sticking with the store, before we get to it, because I want y'all to help me with this one. When y'all go to self checkout, and the sign says 10 to 15 items or less, why do you got to come over there with your 2 full baskets, got 84 items in there, and want to start scanning? Then when you start scanning,
Because has anyone been fact checked? Have you ever been in the express line? 12 or 15 or less. Seriously. And the person came around the corner and said, "Can you pull it out one item at a time? Let's count this, baby." All right, you've never seen it. It's sort of an honest model. It's a trust model, that sort of thing. I would love if they had one individual and they had one of those wands, like a long wand or a pointer, and they're sitting right there before you can even enter the line, and they count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, you're out.
Could you imagine?
You're out. Next. Bring them up.
greatest sight.
That if Walmart, if you're looking to hire somebody at minimum wage, because that's what I work for apparently, for a minimum wage, I will take a pointer and I will just stand there at the express line and I will just count items as they come through.
I think this should be some Instagram footage we get. Suave hitting the local Walmart, and he goes there with his own pointer, unemployed or whatever. He just stands in the line. 1, 2. No, you gotta go.
Gotta go. You cannot be in this line. And then the look you will get, and then you have a conversation. At what point do you not know how to read the sign?
Yes.
That says 12 items or less.
Yes.
Right? So let me ask you a question. If you get 4 apples, is that considered an apple, or is that considered 4 different items?
It depends how they're coming in. If they're coming in the bag.
Well, it doesn't matter. So what you're saying is by the bag.
Yeah.
So you can put 4 or 5 apples in a bag.
That's considered a package.
That doesn't count. So that's considered a package.
Yeah, that's considered one.
See, these are things that I need to be trained on if I'm properly going to do my job. And I'm just going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, you're over the limit. Next.
Because I worked at BJ's for 5 years. And it's a wholesale. So, when you come, like, let's say, for example, toothpaste. Toothpaste, you have 5 in toothpaste. That's considered a package. That's considered one. Now, if you want to count 5 individual, then you got a problem right there. But that's considered one. But I'm serious, Johnny D. You got 2 full baskets, and you're coming
they do
to
their grocery shopping.
Yes, you come to
my whole thing. What is the benefit? Like, is it a shorter line?
It's an express. Yes, it's a get you in, get you out. It's express.
No. The express is because of the amount of items you have should make it faster.
It should.
But is the line actually slower because you got more people in the line? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man. When they start scanning.
Look, this is the difference between a Suave and yours truly when we're talking about what you take on. Suave thinks about it, initial reaction. I'm giving it a lot of deep thought. I'm thinking about different options. My thing is, if you got 6 people in a line at an express line, does it go faster than a standard line of 2 people? Don't know. Not sure. Right? Maybe I'm standing there with a stopwatch and I'm gauging how fast is this person versus that person getting people through the line. Or if you're Walmart, do you put your slower person at the express line because I know they have less items versus the faster person at the normal line because it could have more items? the things that I'm thinking about.
I love the thoughts. I love those thoughts and the thought-provoking thing.
This is what happened when you take a lot of drugs. You start thinking
He really
about
not
stuff.
just say that, did he?
I did. I
He
take a lot
not
of.
just really just say
I
that.
take a lot of medication.
Say that.
I'm on a lot of medication.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with that?
Your wording.
Are you
I was gonna
mocking
say,
me?
that
'Cause I'm on
sounds a lot better. What
Yes.
you just said, it sounds a lot
Medication,
better. than what you
drugs.
were saying.
Medication.
Take the drugs part out.
Medication you get from a drugstore.
There you go.
Pharmacy.
A pharmacy.
A
There you
drugstore's
go.
fine.
No, because like
You can't just
if I
say,
say
you
if
can't
I
just
take a
say
lot.
this is what happens when you take a lot of drugs.
Yes, you can't say
that's so
that.
out of context.
Look, you took it out of context, not
You
me.
took it out too.
I did not take it out of
And I
context.
guarantee you,
Both of
everybody
you,
listening took it out of context.
both of you took it out of context, not me. I'm talking about pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about
There you go.
medicine. that I
There you
need to
go.
take.
There you go.
That's much
See,
better.
it's called words. Always remember, it's your wording. When you are in talent, when you're on a broadcast, people take your words out of context. It's all about the wording.
And it hits the social media.
Just like I want to talk about Warpath before I go on my next on what's taken. Don't you ever say I'm an undercover Eagles fan because I told my arms. Don't you ever say that. That's blasphemy. Warpath, I'm going to have to come talk to you individually, man. Don't do that. Next, I want to talk about this. What's your take on this? You ever been on the road and you want to be nice on the road? Somebody got their blinkers on. So you like, okay, I'm going to allow you to get in front of me because you got your left blinker on. Okay, 2 minutes, you still got it on. You still ain't getting your lane. 5 minutes, they still got it on. They still don't get in your lane. 10 minutes, you're like, okay, that's it. You got your blinker on. What's going on? Is it like a pet peeve that someone leave their blinker on for miles and still never get in front of you? So then when you get in front...
My question to you is, though, are you really waiting 10 minutes for this person to get over?
I'm just saying how people wait. You don't like to be nice. I like, okay, you want to get
nice
in?
for 30 seconds. That's it. After 30 seconds, you got a pretty good idea if this person is getting over or not. There is no way in hell you are waiting.
I just say
10 minutes for somebody to get over.
Of course, there's no reason to do that. I'm just saying how you have to wait.
Don't a lot of cars, do you have the internal clock, or do you have the internal noise that goes off when your blinker is on, right?
That thing.
Unless you got the radio on.
Yeah, let's get the radio on.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very frustrating. I gotta say, it is one of my pet peeves too. Or not even on the highway, just on a normal road where there's stoplights and stuff, and you think somebody's getting ready to turn and whatever, and then they're not.
I would rather them have the blinker on than a lot of people like yours truly,
I agree.
who just totally avoid putting the blinker on.
I agree with that.
Oh, you one of them.
Oh, that's me.
You one of them.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, that might be even more of a pet peeve. You're right.
I'm sorry. I freely admit that I am horrendous when it comes to putting a blinker on. Absolutely horrendous. It's terrible. It's as bad as my parking.
I was gonna
is
say,
every
which is
morning.
worse, out of the park?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
So you mean to tell me, Johnny, if you want to get to the left or right lane, you don't put your blinker on at all. You just get over.
I wouldn't say at all. It's
Okay.
it's almost like a special occasion. It's like those who go to church on Easter Sunday. It might happen once or twice. You go to church once or twice a year.
On Mother's Day.
Maybe once or twice a year the blinker does come on. Maybe.
Oh boy! And I see what you said on the chat too, Warpath. That Suave is #1 Village People fan. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. I have to do something called What's Entertainment? What's trending?
No, it's not.
That part was trending.
That's
no, listen.
That's not
cut Johnny
entertaining.
D's mic off.
That's not trending.
That was trending.
You are truly a fan of the Village People,
no.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on.
There are a lot.
No,
I guarantee you, there are a lot of people that are our listening audience who kind of exhaled and says, "I'm not the only one."
Stop it. I was doing it because it's trending. I'm doing my job. I have a job, ladies and gentlemen, and my job is what's trending entertainment. And the point, that was trending entertainment. So Warpath, Paulie, and everyone else, we just stop saying I'm a Village People fan. Stop it, please. I got kids watching. All right. So the next one before we go to the break, this may be a kind of a personal thing, and I'm sorry if it is. I cannot stand this. If a store closes at 9 o'clock, it's closed at 9 o'clock. Why are you shopping at a store at 8:58 and you're not coming to pick just one item up? You're coming in to shop. You do know that some stores, when they close at 9 o'clock, they'll give you an announcement. Then at 9:05, they give you another announcement. And then eventually, they give you another announcement, and that'll be the last of it. But you want to still continue to shop. People have lives too. They want to go home to their family or go home, and you want to continue shopping. If you miss something that day, either you go to Walmart or you just get it to them the next day. Don't give these people that got to go home at 9 o'clock and will close the store, and you come in at 8:58 and they want to go get a whole entire basket. That I seen that, and I was just looking at the people. I looked at, I said, you know what? I understand your pain. You want to go home, but you got somebody back here that want to go and shop in all types of aisles, and they come to you all slow and ask you, are you open? What do you think if they're not open? What do you think?
I think you've got a problem accommodating the customer.
No.
It sounds like you've got a problem. All your takes this morning have, for the most part, been directed on accommodating the customer, in the express aisle accommodating the customer, at the closing time accommodating the customer. You have got an issue with stores accommodating customers. That's what you got an issue with. The person obviously has got a busy schedule during the day, had to do a little bit of You think they want to be there at 8:50 at night? No, they do not want to be there.
Do.
But they got to get out and got to get their stuff. I get it. You close at 9, but you also build in a little bit of a buffer. You know, people like to show up a little bit early. You know, they're going to have to stay late a little bit. It's okay. You could still start your teardown process and still accommodate the customer. That's what it comes down to. Suave, you got a real problem
I see that
with accommodating the customer.
That might have been one of you then, huh? That might have been one of you.
Me? Oh, I don't shop that late at night. You lost your mind. I'm asleep by then.
He's asleep before shop.
Forget it, man. I try not to come out of the house. So for me to be somewhere at 8:55 shopping, no.
Somebody's sick.
No. The only way that's happening if Mama rolls over and says, hey, I forgot this. You need to go out to Walmart. It closes in 10 minutes. That's the only way. Okay?
So, all right. Like I said, that's what it is. That's what my take on, because I seen it yesterday going to stores and, you know, seeing it. I just want to say, okay, I got to bring it to the show. I'm the only one who think of this type of things. No, and apparently I'm not.
I think you got an issue with accommodating a customer. I think that's what we learned today. That, and you're going to allow somebody to have their blinker on for 10 minutes before you go by them. I don't know what's wrong with you, bro. Obviously, you're not in a rush to get to where you got to get to.
I know. I try to be nice on the road. I used to have bad road rage, but I'm trying to be better with that.
Like you still do.
No, I was worse. I used to be worse.
You're one of those laying on the horn. Huh?
Man, I was extra for Fast and the Furious. And you try to get in front of me, I'm gonna cut you. So
we got to go to the break.
Yes, we do.
You want to take it to the break?
Okay. So coming up next, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and close shop. And we have a special guest coming. You want to know who it is? Find out.
He's not a special guest. Why do we keep putting him on this pedestal like he's some special guest? He's one of our loyal listeners, one of our loyal callers, one of the most loyal Washington Commander fans there is on the planet. He's our buddy Paulie. He's not a special guest.
Yes, he is.
It's not a guy that I got to call ahead of time and book. I want to get his insight and analysis on stuff.
All right, now I'm trying to save you from being put in that special place. We're gonna find out he's gonna be in that place. That's next on the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Robert Half. Expect bumper-to-bumper traffic heading west on 264 between Campostella Road and Downtown Tunnel. For those of you heading north on 464, we're seeing some delays between Poindexter Street and 264. The right lane is blocked due to a crash on 64 eastbound between 17 and 264. And expect heavy traffic crossing Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel on 64 both east and westbound. I'm Elena Vexo on Fox Sports 1310.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that Infernal Revenue Service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams Deloach, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
100.9 FM.
All right, is it me? You want me to take it out there, J-Lo?
Sure, that's fine.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here on a Tuesday edition of the program. A reminder, our poll question is up and rolling on the X at Drive Johnny D, so we'll keep that up and rolling this morning. Hey, a reminder tomorrow, I do want to get into a question that was posed to me on the X at Drive Johnny D. Suave, the question is, do you judge a real man by whether or not he could change a tire? That's a question I want to get into tomorrow on the program. How do you judge if you're a real man? So I want to branch out a little bit on that question. So we're going to table it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Also, just very quick, ODU men and women begin Sun Belt Conference tournament this week down at Pensacola, correct?
That's correct.
Men are the 10th seed. Women are the 5th seed. ODU men are going to be playing 7:30 tomorrow night. What time are the women playing? They're like Friday, are they not, at 11:30?
Is it a Friday or Thursday?
I think it's Friday at 11:30. You should know. You are the face of ODU women's basketball.
March 7th at 12:30 p.m.
All right, so that's 11:30. Is Pensacola?
It's Florida.
Yes, it is.
I think it's 11:30.
Oh, you're talking about their time?
Yeah. Are they an hour behind?
No, it's Florida, right?
It doesn't matter though. It's what part of Florida?
I don't know.
Oh, let me check.
If you're in that,
the western part of Florida.
If you're looking at that panhandle,
yeah,
that's kind of right there. Believe it or not, it's sneaky that I think Pensacola might be an hour behind. Maybe. I mean, you're the face of ODU women's basketball.
It's
so I'm
Central
asking
Time.
you.
That's correct.
Are you on that broadcast?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
So Suave, you may want to show up on time on Friday. Got to know what time these things are. I don't know if anybody gives you
might
a
as well
schedule
stay here right after
ahead
the
of
show.
time.
I am. There's no point in going anywhere.
Oh boy.
Pick up a little bagel
God
baker
almighty,
between.
help us.
Oh, that's a good product placement.
Hey, look, no better way to close out this program than going out to the streets, to our boots on the ground. We want to know the latest and greatest of what's going on with the Washington Commanders, who's flashing gang signs as we speak. He is our buddy, Paulie. Good morning, Paulie. How are you? By the way, the Warpath chimes in, the dog catcher from Friday. Is what he chimes in this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
What you got on my 40, homie?
There you go.
I don't know what that means.
It's a Devo from Friday, man.
What you got on my 40?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. My Urban Dictionary has not showed up yet from Amazon, so I'm still waiting.
Hey, look, man. Hey, your Urban Dictionary is on hold, bro. You ain't make the payment yet, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm going to tell you what, dude. Hey, Suave got me dying this morning, man. Suave said, I worked at BJ's and they sold toothpaste. Hey, Warpath, say it with me. Pause.
Oh, God! Get out of here.
and then my man Don Suave said, he don't like the feeling. Listen, man, Suave, tell the truth. We know you got a pair of biker chaps and a police hat.
No, look, y'all falling to Johnny D stuff.
Hey, Johnny D,
this is Paulie's. Hey, this is Paulie's segment. Special guest. Special guest. Let Paulie speak.
Baby. A special, baby. Hey, listen, we got to confirm that we don't need to, but we should confirm this with Mr. Suave. We know he has the biker chaps and a little biker hat at home. She make him wear it at night to bed. It's cool, bro.
Stop it.
You keep talking about this village people, man. It's all right, though.
I didn't talk. No. Your partner, and he's on the chat right now. Warpath brings it up. I don't bring it up, man. That's Warpath bringing that up. He's doing it again. Macho Man Suave. Stop with the village people stuff. You know what? Forget it. No more entertainment page.
Hey, look,
that's
man.
it.
Hey, look, but yeah, man. Hey, it was a good weekend, man. I heard Johnny D yesterday. You know, because I always listen to y'all, man. I might not be here, but I'm here. Johnny D, man, what is your commander hate? The first thing you said yesterday was, well, I don't see you got Debo, but I don't see them improving the defense. Is that going to do anything to stop the other team from scoring points? Man, it's the first move of the offseason.
I'm just saying,
man. It's the first move of the offseason.
I am putting out an opinion, and my opinion is you went out and spent a 5th rounder for a wideout number 3 and probably at RB number 2. That's great. Fantastic. Enjoy it. Optics are special. Go re-sign some of those guys this week. Tag, whatever you want to do. But last time I checked, your defense needs a little bit of help.
Okay, and it's March the 3rd, man. It's the first move of the offseason. So what are you saying? So you can't give a definitive opinion about you didn't sign nobody on defense.
Was it a definitive opinion? It was an initial reaction.
With this one. Look, it sounded like all hate from you because then you hit me with this one. You got to pay Debo. You ain't got to pay Debo. Pay Debo for what? How you gonna pay Debo but don't extend Terry?
If you're going to do the hand gestures, do them correctly.
Yeah.
All right, do them correctly. You're not an Italian New Yorker. So if you're an Italian New Yorker,
I am an Italian New Yorker.
I got a little bit of a hand gesture.
Who birthed me.
Okay, I got a little bit of a hand gesture for you right now. Here's the hand gesture that I want you to start doing right now. Thank you. Right there. So you got a little bit of an itch on your chin. You got to scratch that thing. I understand. Hey, look, I'm just saying, if you are the Commanders right now, it is not good if Philadelphia gets Myles Garrett. That's not good at all. Oh, it doesn't
matter if they get Myles Garrett. No, it doesn't matter. I ain't worrying about what Philly doing, man. I'm worried about what we doing. They want to go out there and do that. Let them go out there and do that, man. Last time I checked, when we played Cleveland last year, Myles Garrett put up a donut. No sacks, no pressures, no nothing. All he did was drink from the water bottle, man. High quality H2O they got out there in DC. Like, come on, man. I ain't worried about what Philly doing. I'm worried about us. We gonna be all right, man. Like I said, we ain't gotta pay Debo. You don't pay Debo unless you extend Terry. Debo, I told y'all this. See, the beauty of what we did last year, like we signed a lot of guys to 1-year deals. This basically signing Debo to a 1-year deal, man. So we picking from a pool of players on 1-year deals that's a better quality than we picked from last year. So if he go out there and he prove it and he have a good season, then after we pay Terry, we take care of our own first. Then we'll look about signing Debo.
And look, mark it down. I agree with you. You have got to take care of Terry McLaurin, no doubt about it. However, what I also brought up yesterday that you forgot about it already, and I get it. I totally understand that you got selective listening and hearing, and the bottom line is you're going to have to deal with a Debo in the locker room not getting paid. And we've seen the track record of this dude. Well, I didn't know. We've seen it. The dude mopes and he doesn't get paid. He's an issue.
Man. Hey, that's with his former team. That's like, you know how you used to act with when you've been with a girl for so long, man. You know, you start being a little crabby to her. When you get that new girl, you put on that act. You know what I mean? For the first 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying? You good. You know, she just think you the special guy. So that's what I'm saying. He ain't gonna come in there and do that with us, man. He on a 1-year deal. He trying to get paid. He gonna be on his best. He gonna be on his P's and Q's, man. I'm telling you. He gonna be on his P's and Q's, man. We good for Debo for you. All they got to do now is bring in as far as offensive go, they need to bring in another guy that can stretch the field because Debo wasn't your classic number one receiver with the 49ers. He was number one in the sense of they made it a point to get him the ball, to put the football in his hands. He had his own plays and things like that. So that made him number one by default. But he ain't your classic stretch the field receiver, you know, or he's tearing up the cornerbacks around the league type receiver. Nah, you know, he's an all around. He's a halfback. He's an H-back. He's a glorified tight end at this point, man. But look, I know we running out of time here. I know we got a lot of time. Hey, you know, so you know, man, I got to put somebody in the porta potty.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I got to put somebody.
Worried.
Come on.
Hey, look, I was gonna put your man Ian Rappaport for getting his ass whooped at a Starbucks for a combine. Hold on. He didn't get beat up, excuse me. He snitched on Jordan Schultz to NFL Securities for, hold on, I wrote it down. What he said? For threat of physical violence. Man, what in the Jose Sulaiman is going on, man? The threat of physical, you snitched for threat of physical violence, man. But you know what? He's not going in the porta potty, man. Look, this porta potty comes with a life lesson. All right. Number one, don't ever sit on the porta potty. That's life lesson number one. You know what I mean? Number two. Now, y'all notice y'all been avoiding this. You know, we don't avoid things here in the porta potty. Y'all been avoiding this. But our guy and one of our favorite receivers of all time, Mr. Steve Smith, got caught in a little bit of controversy last week.
Oh,
you know what I mean? He got caught in a little bit of controversy last week.
Yeah.
You know, where, you know, all of a sudden, you know, he wanted to play band director. And he was directing one band member in a nice old tune. You know what I mean? He was beating them Congo drums. You know what I mean? So the man's wife, excuse me, the woman's husband, Mr. Tony Martinez, he decides to confront Steve Smith. No, not face to face, you know, but over the telephone. And he tries to out Steve Smith, you know, and Steve Smith, like the person who's about to lose $1 million worth of contracts, an NFL Network job, plays it cool and just apologize, right? So Tony Martinez, man, you going in the porta potty. Because I'm going to tell you something. You never confront a man over your woman's wrongdoing. Never confront a man over your woman's wrongdoing. Steve Smith just being the wide receiver he is, man. You know what I mean? He catching things. You know what I mean? He happened to catch your wife. You know what I mean? You never confront a man over your woman's wrongdoing. She know better. He just being him. So Tony Martinez, just for you crashing out, exposing you didn't even expose Steve Smith. You exposing your wife. I bet she got about 1 million followers right now. You going in the porta potty, homie.
That's beautiful stuff this morning, man. And I love the fact that you teed it up as life lesson number 1 and life lesson number 2. Life lesson number 1, J-Lo, life lesson number 1 is what?
What? For what he just said?
Yes, J-Lo. Life lesson
You're going
number
in the
1 is
porta
what?
potty, J-Lo. Put him in the porta potty.
It's cool.
Never sit on the porta. Never sit on
the porta potty, man.
You know what?
Put something down.
Come on, man. Put him in the porta potty.
After that, knowing that not sitting on the porta potty, and after not going after another man's
we gotta go.
Wife, we gotta go.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you go to Hooters with your grandma. You don't remember things.
Yep.
And with that, we're out, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Many of us will wake up to bright sunshine, but we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day. High temperatures this afternoon will reach the low 60s. As we head into tonight, we'll fall into the upper 40s and low 50s. We are tracking strong to severe thunderstorms moving through Wednesday afternoon, but should exit by the overnight hours Wednesday, and we'll see drier conditions for the rest of your work week. For News 3, I'm Dara Getter. Have a great day.
And here's what you need to know.
Major League Baseball announced Monday the end of a long-running dispute over the Washington Nationals television rights with the Baltimore Orioles. For the 2025 season, Nationals games will continue to be televised locally by the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network under a new one-year contract. After this season, the Nationals will be free to explore alternatives for their television rights. This key development could eventually facilitate the sale of the franchise. A potential suitor for both the Nationals and its TV rights would be Washington Wizards, Capitals, and Mystics owner Ted Leonsis, whose Monumental Sports and Entertainment broadcast games on its regional sports network. Jimmy Johnson, who won 2 Super Bowls and a national championship as a coach, announced his retirement from Fox Sports after being part of its NFL coverage for 31 years. The 81-year-old Johnson made the announcement Monday during an appearance on The Herd with Colin Cowherd. I'm Dino, Fox Sports 1310.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310.
Over the last couple nights than I was the previous couple weeks.
Broadcasting from the